trading at $2,755 an ounce. Cocoa is selling at $11,559 a ton after gaining $385 just this morning. That's all for the Joy Business Report. My name is Winston Taki. Winston Amoa has taken over the chair and is about to roll for you.
Thank you very much, Winston Taki. And okay, well, the city is still not in the best of shape. Let's see how it goes. But time now for our inspirational song for today. And it's Judah by Dunsin Oyekan right here on the Super Morning Show. News Review is up next after the inspirational song.
The people said, who should go faster? The Lord God said, let Judah go fast. 1, 2, everybody say, Judah, 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 eh, Judah, 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 eh, Judah, 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 eh. Judah, 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 eh, Judah, 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 eh, Judah, 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 eh. I would have to fight. I would lift a song. The battle formation is the mystery of grace. I would have to fight. I would lift the song. The battle formation, come on, is the mystery of grace. Say where you have to fight.
I won't have to fight.
Somebody declare.
I will lift a sword. The battle formation is a mystery of grace.
Say I would have to fight.
I won't have to fight.
Say I would lift a sword.
I will lift a sword.
The battle formation.
The battle formation
Are you ready?
is a mystery of grace.
Say I go with my
Judah, I will never look back.
The battle is the Lord. The victory is mine. Say I go with my Judah.
I go with my Judah. I will never
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Judah, 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 eh, Judah, 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 eh, Judah, 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 eh.
Joy 99.7
I
FM.
would have to fight.
I will have to fight.
Lift it up.
I will lift a sword.
The battle formation.
The battle formation is a mystery of grace.
Say I would have to fight.
I will have to fight.
You will not need to lift a
I
sword.
will lift a sword.
The battle formation.
The battle formation
Are you ready?
is a mystery of grace. I go with my Judah. I will never look back. The battle is the Lord's.
The victory is mine.
The victory is mine.
Say I go with my Judah.
I love this station.
Dunsin Oyekan this morning. Good morning, Mama V.
Hi, good morning.
And good morning, Raymond.
Yeah.
Good morning. I hope you are
morning,
doing well
Winston.
this morning.
Yeah, God is taking care of his children.
Yes, he has been doing so for a while.
The body is weak, but
He's always been doing it.
but we are still strong. The soul is willing,
Yes.
so we are here.
Yes.
I'm sure that after some time, the body will go for a rest.
Speak strength in your body, in faith, and ye shall be strong.
It's not
Hallelujah.
everybody that lives by Neo Pentecostalist tenants. So. So I'm just saying.
He
that
has
is
to
not-
object to everything, but this one is faith. So it's what he believes and what he says.
But Mama V, when your body is tired, your body is tired.
Yeah.
I'm just.
What is this? Speak faith into your body. You are tired.
Well, that's what I do,
That's what you do.
and it works for me.
Oh, okay.
I see.
One day the body would remind you that it's tired.
I'm not saying overwork.
Yeah,
Don't work your body.
It's
your
okay. We
body.
understand you. The way you are issuing further caveats.
I am not. I'm just
I'm
saying
only
that
suggesting
my
to you.
faith works for me
Okay.
I'm
and
only
in
suggesting
times
to
of
you
weakness.
that someday the body would remind you
Yes.
that it is tired.
Yeah, but for now,
It's
Continue.
we move.
It's a recommendation that if you are tired, you have to take active steps to actually make sure that the body recuperates. Those active steps, they are realistic ones. They are not done through, I'm presuming it is, so it will be.
You see, he's talking about
Yes.
reality, but the gentleman is sitting here. He's at work. So what do you want him to do?
So I'm advising him to take the break required.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I'll take that break required.
You know they are setting some sort of agenda, but
Very
don't mind
soon.
them, Sami Odami.
I'll take the break that is required very
No,
soon.
it's important. Yes. Even vehicles.
Can we do the drive safe?
Even vehicles take time to recuperate.
Exactly.
Yes, we have mentioned dry bones in a proverb. Some old ladies are uncomfortable with the dry bones we are mentioning.
I thought he was going to say, don't drive tired.
Yes, there's a process.
Samir, we cannot hear you. Raymond, go ahead.
Yes, if you want to respond, put on the microphone so that I can hear you. So state officially so that I can respond to what you're saying. Now the Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Join You Said the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection. Now it is important that we don't sway from this point. If you are tired, the impact it has on your brain, it is similar to consuming crack cocaine. Let's not get it wrong. Yes, there's enough academic work to back it, scientific work to back it. So being tired and driving is endangering lives.
Not just you.
Yes, that of other people too. So please, if you are tired, and some people you feel it within your bones that Charlie, you can't do anything. Some of you, those of when we stop at some traffic light, you have to honk before you get the signal to move.
Charlie, that one is serious.
It is the greatest indication to you. You have no business on the road, endangering everybody else. There's nothing wrong with parking and sleeping for whichever period so that I can continue your journey. And it's important. I know people who've been involved in accidents. They didn't even know that they were on the road still.
No. Just,
Yeah. Yes. But I realized that there was already a problem somewhere. So
Yeah.
please, make sure you protect yourself and all of us. We want you to stay alive this year.
And your life means a lot. Think about it. You've got family, people who depend on you, people who live because you live. So
Okay.
it's not just you.
Let's learn how to say it right.
And it's brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom Quality and Affordability at their hallmarks and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
So Raymond, yesterday you asked for the pronunciation of the other one when I talked about engine. And I communicated to you that today we would learn the pronunciation of engineering.
Tot, say it right. Yeah.
Tot. It's not engineering. Engineering. Yes, if you want to say it right, engineering. At the end, you wouldn't hear the N sound, as in N, but so it's engineering.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, that's how you say it.
And the
right?
short one is
Engine.
okay.
Great. So let's get into the newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tanker. You're stronger, you're tough. And Access Bank, more than banking. But before we get into the papers, yesterday in Parliament, there was a conversation about, the happenings in Obuasi. Let's listen to it.
A solemn Islamic prayer said by families of the deceased as they ushered their relatives into eternal rest. The mass burial conducted for the bodies within the precincts of the hospital drew families into tears as they bade farewell to their relatives. 7 bodies were laid to rest. At the family house of one of the deceased, Bayan Abdul Karim, friends and sympathizers were still in shock of his demise. His wife, Salamatu Isa, and father, Seidu Amadu, are distraught. How do we take care of our children? I have to hawk on the streets to fend for my family. I am mentally unstable. I've lost a son. What he's left behind, there is no way I can take care of them. The family is calling for thorough investigations as they demand justice for the lost lives. This isn't a mere coincidence. There is a reason for the killing. The person who called the commander to open fire on the miners must be brought to book. Security in the gold mining community has been heightened amidst fears of tension after the burial of the deceased miners. Meanwhile, management of Anglo Gold Ashanti schools have extended their temporary closure. From here in Obuasi for Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Formally, if no action is taken, we will come formally invoke all the parliamentary tools available at our disposal, available to us to ensure that if the government does not act, and we don't want any empty action. We don't want empty action. We want a comprehensive action that people would have confidence in. This parliament will have to constitute a committee to immediately visit Obuasi to get into this matter.
They also created a misleading impression that the unfortunate demise of the miners is as a result of political violence. The NDC Majority Caucus in Parliament condemns the desperate attempt by the MPP Minority Caucus to politicize the unfortunate development in Obuasi. Instead of sympathizing with the bereaved families and applauding government proactiveness, the NPP minority is dabbling in cheap politics.
And that's actually a report about Obuasi. Raymond, yesterday we even had a conversation with now Minister of State in charge of government communications designate.
Yes.
Felix Kwachofosu about happenings in Obuasi. And that's a report put together by our correspondents in the Ashanti region.
It's interesting, right? The conversation and how government views this. So to some of us, straightforward. If illegal miners are not curtailed and they invade your concession and they open fire, the military response, government is coming from the point of view that nobody first and foremost should presume these are illegal miners. Yes, so government does not take the view that it is automatically the case that they are illegal miners. Mostly, and notice why this is funny, mostly government officials will protect the security officers, stroke the company. But maybe because it's early days yet, I sense the position that government say no, let there be an independent determination of the facts here. Hopefully it will be independently done. Of course, we have complained And I know that these mining firms have complained for how many years? For a very long time. That this is a very familiar terrain. It starts as agitation. Then later on, they go and sit them down and say, okay, you give some part of your concession to them. Then they end up taking these concessions and still moving into other protected areas. Now sometimes they go and do all the illegal things on the land, destroy the land. Then state officials will go and say that these mining firms were supposed to do proper mining on these lands. So why are they allowing others to misuse the land?
Yeah.
There's no problem with the investigation. I mean, I think that the back and forth in Parliament is needless. Oh well, you have to be heard because you represent people, and this is Ashanti region. This is an important area. Mining is a big issue. Mining is one of the stories that people get to report internationally and give it different perspective. But hopefully, when they say an independent body, a body that is fearless and it's not bowing to the whims of be it government, the company, or the people there, but will be independent enough to determine that these are the real facts, then we can proceed from there. But I think this is just a symptom of the bigger malaise. The bigger malaise is that illegal mining is a problem on our hands. We have not taken active steps to curb it, and we have treated it like something that we should live with because of the political undertones that we have given to it.
Let me just give you a proverb that ABA Fusini. It says, if you turn your child into a monster, you are the first person he will attack. We have pretended for too long that illegal mining doesn't matter in this country. We play all the politics with it.
Yeah.
And that's what is happening to us. Now, what I have learned is that, government also wants to ensure there's calm in the community. And government doesn't want a situation where the community members now begin to attack the installations of the company and others, and that's why they're going around it that way. But let's get into the papers. Let's start with the Daily Graphic.
The Graphic is reporting this morning 17 more ministers nominated, a cabinet secretary in the very person of Professor Kwaku Danso Boafo has actually been been appointed to. Yes, of course, he does not require any form of vetting anyway. And 9 presidential staffers also named. There was a time that we picked cabinet secretaries out of the diplomatic corps. So is that serving or? But it should have some history. I remember Alessia, they used to consistently make the point that it is because a certain qualification is automatically required. But Prof is an institution on its own. So, of course, the list is tall. Yesterday, it was quite dramatic, the way Romano was releasing that thing. When he was with us here, obviously the list might have been in his pocket, but he knew. No. Historically, he's mindful. Because he's very much mindful.
Anything can happen.
Yes, because nowadays your name can be on the list on its way to Parliament, and the change will happen. This is the Republic of Ghana. Yes, of course. I suspect that is why my name was dropped, because I told my people in my hometown that I was getting
happiness minister.
Happiness minister. I see. And it looks like the people are not considering me again.
I asked the question. What minister in charge of special initiatives? Minister of State in charge of special
duties.
The duties.
Initiatives.
Initiatives.
It sounded like the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives. That was how
Kumson's ministry.
How?
Kumson.
Oh, I said Yakubu. Why do I always do this to this woman?
It's like that. Then there's also a Minister of State in charge of climate change, sustainability. And then there's
that I support. I do not just know why it is separate from environment, science, and innovation.
Exactly.
I support that we have a specific focus on climate change and, more importantly, sustainability.
So how is that different from Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology?
And there's also green economy somewhere. Is it green economy?
And,
is it green transition?
Green transition.
Okay, yes, one of them there. So maybe we should recalibrate and put them together. There was an indication for Bryce some time ago that if we really mean business, we should have lands, environment, and everything connected to it, including mining, all under the same ministry.
Yeah.
Because you do not want different ministers making different directives and decisions on a matter that's related, so that the gaps will be exploited. It's something that's always a problem in financial regulation.
And that's actually the reason I ask also. So then we have a Minister of State in charge of government communications. Really? I mean, and so we don't have
Who's
the
a member of
presidential
parliament?
So we don't have the presidential spokesperson. We have a deputy presidential spokesperson. Would that deputy presidential spokesperson be working with a Minister of State in charge of government communications?
So this is almost like a Minister of Information
Yes.
without a Ministry of Information.
Exactly.
Perhaps you'll be operating from the Flagstaff House, Jubilee House, as it's mostly called recently, from the Jubilee House, then coordinating all the information units of government without any difficulty. I do frankly not know how it's going to operate subsequently.
Yeah.
But I am for this thing called Ministry of Information. That is basically because if you check the ministries, they have their own departments that are actually in charge of information. If the Ministry of Information's only job is to coordinate the various sectors under it, I don't have a difficulty it being scrapped. And these units falling under the office that this Minister of State is likely to occupy. I do not because, and again, it depends on the number that we are still making our look. Because first we said 23, but these Minister of States without ministries, they add up to the numbers.
26.
And we are not sure whether they are going to now get deputy ministers for every one of those 23.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't, right?
If there's so
It would exceed 60.
60.
Yeah.
So we'll have that conversation today.
True.
For instance, if you look at the Ministry of Local Government, Religious Affairs and Chieftaincy, I do not even think you need a ministry for chieftaincy and religious affairs. And
Well,
so
isn't that why it's been consolidated?
you don't even need the start local government, religious affairs and chieftaincy. You know, chieftaincy, the National House of Chiefs is there. They will do a very good job. You don't need that. But let's just stay with it. You have 16 regional ministers. Do you also need a deputy minister for local government, chieftaincy, and religious affairs?
No, I mean,
you don't need it. You don't
I
need
mean,
one.
presume that these regional ministers are actively operating for the local
yes.
government minister in the various, or they have DCs.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
You would need. You would need.
Connectivity.
I mean, you would need maybe a minister, a deputy minister of interior, because of the agencies under that ministry. But you need a deputy minister of defense? I do not think so. Anyway, I mean, I do not think you need a deputy minister of defense. And so we'll have this conversation later on the show. I don't. I mean, when it comes to say Ministry of Sports and Recreation,
And even
You will not need a deputy.
even
yeah.
the defense part, you have a national security form of thing,
exactly. So you don't need a
which is
deputy.
coordinating directly under the commander in chief.
Even foreign
You get the point?
affairs,
Yeah,
there's a
it's
pushing.
coordinating under the commander in chief as the president himself. He chairs the National Security Council.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe we are sticking to old structures, but greater engineering will mean that we can still reduce some of these and make more meaning with what ministries are supposed to be. Since we have said the ministry can be remodeled whichever way it wants anyway, I suspect that in the future there will be a government that will say, no, I only need 10 ministers. And that the cabinet ceiling is that I should have at least 10, right? Yes, when I have the 10 ministers, or up to 19, the higher ceiling, I don't want to meet it. I want to meet the lower end, 10 ministers. Moving on with my lives with the 10 ministers. If you have a difficulty with me, check whether I'm not delivering on the ground.
I'm also even thinking that because we've created this special envoy to the Alliance of Sahelian States, you may not need a deputy foreign affairs minister.
Do you need a Ministry of Works and Housing?
A deputy?
That ministry itself, Works and Housing.
I get you, yeah. It's
What's it doing?
It's
Well,
redundant in nature.
We'll have that conversation.
It will
later on
spend
the
4
show.
years, then they will go and build some 500, 200, 100 houses. Those number of houses, some developments in this country do more than that.
Meanwhile,
Ideally, you just need coordination of those people.
Meanwhile, you see, the Garib project taught us one thing. It was a collaboration of ministries.
True.
And that tells you that you don't need some of the ministries that you have there.
I agree.
Works and housing. Look, people have set in place their own development plans, municipalities. And when we're studying local economic development at the Institute of Local Government Studies, some of the things that you would learn is how district assemblies coordinate their developments and do it so well when it comes to housing, they decide these are the number of housing units we want to construct, using sometimes local equipment. Mavi, let's get to the Ghanaian Times.
There's a
Now,
story.
before you move on, let me mention the other headlines. Cash flow woes cripple SHS food supply. I think this matter we dealt with yesterday too. The latest is what the Minister for Government Communications gave us. Attaining food sufficiency, government to introduce 2 agric programs, and Eric Popoko is the one who said it. Yes, so the 19th is on the front. And Kasua juvenile killer prays for forgiveness. That's on the back page of the paper. And Dansuman Beach Road residents plead for sea defense completion, and that's also there.
So the story that you read on the back page, the Kaswa murder issue, I was just going to say, details of it. If you're a parent, first of all, I apologize for the details that I'm going to give you. It's going to break your heart as a parent. It's going to break your heart as a citizen of Ghana. So this is a 15-year-old who killed his friend, and he wanted to do that so that he could make money out of it, because a spiritualist had apparently asked him to. And so he lured him and killed him in a really gory manner. I'm not going to describe that because that would be absolutely disturbing. But he's asking for forgiveness. He's been sentenced now. He says that he's been apologizing to his friend. He's been asking for forgiveness, and he keeps asking for forgiveness. He's been sentenced now to 12 years, but before that he was on remand for some 3 years.
12 months?
12 months, yes.
Okay, let's get the other stories on the front page. Briefly on the Ghanaian Times, what other stories are
10 appointees, just what we've dealt with. 10 appointees to President's office named. President Mahama nominates 17 more ministers, and we will generate massive revenue from property rates. That's the local government minister saying that.
Let's go for the online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goil Good Energy. Goil, Yanai India.
Now, Good Energy brings you Goil Super XP. This is the ideal choice for most vehicles. It is fully It's many Goil stations in the country. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits that comes with it. Now, Goil Super XP is quality and gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Goil Super XP is fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your engine and makes your engine perform to the max, using minimal fuel and suitable for most vehicles. As you journey the road, look out for Goil stations with the Goil Super XP sign and go fuel up your vehicle. Goil Super XP won't failure. Ube feely Goil Good Energy.
And pay your school and residential fees with Zenith Bank. It's stress-free. Students of KNUST, University of Ghana, UDS, University of Education, Winneba, UMAT, Ola College of Education, Akosombo International School, Ecole Wansat, and many others, or their guardians can visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide or use the school's designated merchant code to pay school and residential fees for students. With Zenith Bank, fee payments are fast, easy, and processed in real time. For the full list of schools, visit zenithbank.com.gh or call Zenith Direct on 0302 680 or 054 2000 111 for assistance. Zenith Bank in your best interests.
On myjoyonline.com this morning, whether Mahama appoints PNC members or not, we have our game plan. That's Bernard Mona Randia be appointed acting Cocoa Board CEO and stop politicizing Obuasi clash after forcing to NPP. CityNewsroom.com for this morning says appointment committees has been abysmal in vetting nominees as SEPA, and also on CNN this morning it says Xi Jinping and Putin hail tightening ties in call hours after Trump inauguration. Let's now go for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, an old mutual 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
Beverage giants Coca-Cola and PepsiCo have battled for dominance in India's vast consumer market. But now Asia's richest man is trying to challenge all that. We dive into India's cola wars. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Victoria Wanhunda and James Cocknell. Thanks very much for joining us.
The US President Donald Trump announces a $500 billion investment in artificial intelligence infrastructure. We'll look at what it could mean.
Details of the 6th of January Capitol Hill riot are wiped from the FBI website. There's more than 1,500 people charged over the violent attempt to overturn the 2020 election results are pardoned. We'll speak to someone who's turned down the presidential pardon she was given.
Accepting a pardon, it would serve to contribute to their gaslighting, their false narrative. I don't want to be a part of what they're trying to do is rewrite history.
10 Palestinians are killed as Israeli forces launch major operation in Jenin in the occupied West Bank. We'll bring you a report from our correspondent in the region. First, the latest world news.
Hello, I'm Moira Alderson with the BBC News. Western officials have told the BBC about 1,000 North Korean soldiers fighting Ukrainian forces in Russia's Kursk region have been killed since October. Speaking on condition of anonymity, the sources said the North Koreans' casualty rate was close to 40%. Here's Frank Gardner.
As of mid-January, say Western officials, North Korean forces had suffered around 4,000 casualties in Kursk. This is an astonishingly high figure, given the approximately 11,000 troops sent to help Russia fight Ukraine's incursion into its territory, began in August last year. The term casualties comprises those killed, wounded, missing, or captured, but the Western officials, who spoke exclusively to the BBC on the basis of anonymity, said around 1,000 of those troops had been killed in action. The figures point to a high cost being incurred by President Putin's ally.
Meanwhile, medical staff treating wounded soldiers in Ukraine have warned they're struggling to contain the
After a long flight, Safari Homes gives you the peace to unwind. A short drive from the airport, convenient for all. For nature lovers, Safari Valley Resort is a hidden gem, surrounded by lush greenery and luxury amenities. A place where you can truly escape. Now, for water adventure, Aqua Safari Resort has it all. Jet skis, canoe rides, kayaking, and a visit to the estuary. And for more excitement, Safari Eco Park is the perfect place to get closer to some amazing animals.
Visit Safari World in Ghana, together bringing you closer to nature.
I found the partner I can trust, solid protection that will last, purple and gold you can hold and lean on. Can't nobody give solid protection like we do it now. Imperial General Assurance, we won't let you down. We won't let you. Can't nobody give solid protection like we do it now. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
Central University, Ghana's premier private university, invites applications for admissions for the 2024-2025 academic year. Apply now to enjoy our flexible payment terms. We also have exclusive discounts for all alumni, ICGC members, ICGC pastors, and their children. Call us on 0307-020-540 or visit www.central.edu.gh for further details. Central University, raising transformational leaders through faith, integrity, and excellence.
What if we told you that your next adventure is just a tap away? That's right. With Republic Bank Visa Credit Card, it's your time to win a staycation at some of Ghana's luxury beach resorts, 5-course dinner, a full-day spa service, or the ultimate, an all-expense paid trip to Dubai, the city of gold. Every tap brings you closer to winning in the Tap Win and Fly with Republic Bank promo. Whether it's Infinite, Adishi, or Classic Credit Card, just keep tapping to win. New customers are welcome. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Formally, if no action is taken, we would come formally, invoke all the parliamentary tools available at our disposal, available to us, to ensure that if the government does not act, and we don't want any empty action. We don't want empty action. We want a comprehensive action that people would have confidence in. This parliament will have to constitute a committee to immediately visit Obuasi to get into this matter.
They also created a misleading impression that the unfortunate demise of the miners is as a result of political violence. The NDC Majority Caucus in Parliament condemns the desperate attempt by the MPP Minority Caucus to politicize the unfortunate development in Obuasi. Instead of sympathizing with the bereaved families and applauding government proactiveness, the NPP minority is dabbling in cheap politics.
A solemn Islamic prayer said by families of the deceased as they ushered their relatives into eternal rest. The mass burial conducted for the bodies within the precincts of the hospital drew families into tears as they bade farewell to their relatives. 7 bodies were laid to rest. At the family house of one of the deceased, Bayan Abdul Karim, friends and sympathizers were still in shock of his demise. His wife, Salamatu Isa, and father, Seidu Amadu, are distraught. How do we take care of our children? I have to hawk on the streets to fend for my family. I am mentally unstable. I've lost a son. What he has left behind, there is no way I can take care of them. The family is calling for thorough investigations as they demand justice for the lost lives. This isn't a mere coincidence. There is a reason for the killing. The person who called the commander to open fire on the miners must be brought to book. Security in the gold mining community has been heightened amidst fears of tension after the burial of the deceased miners. Meanwhile, management of Anglo Gold Ashanti schools have extended their temporary closure. From here in Obuasi for Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. GOIL brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in GOIL stations nationwide. GOIL Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. GOIL Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with GOIL Super XP. Wufilia, huh? Wufefi. Good energy. Joy
The festive season is here. You know what that means. Groceries, bills, and so many unplanned expenses. But don't panic. There's a cool new feature on Haptel you have to know about. It's called Pay Small Small. Yes, like the name says, Pay Small Small. It's Ghana's first widely and instantly available buy now, Pay Small Small service. With Pay Small Small, you can buy food, groceries, airtime, and pay all your bills without paying the full amount upfront. So this festive season, you're sorted. Pay a small fraction of what you're buying now and spread the rest into 3 weekly payments. All you need is your Ghana card to activate it and you're set. It's the perfect solution to keep your pockets in check this festive season and beyond. So don't wait. Go to your Haptel app now and choose Pay Small Small as your payment option. Haptel, is everything you.
Are you looking for instant cash for your home or plots of land in prime locations in Accra or Tema? Or you are dreaming of buying investment homes in the USA to earn passive rental income? Western World Properties brings you unparalleled opportunities. You can choose from our affordable luxury homes and premium plots of land in sought-after locations like West Legon, East Legon, Airport, Ridge, Cantonments, or our service plots at Pram Pram, Dodua and Tema Community 25 or investment homes in the USA. Don't wait. Invest in your future today. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernworldproperties.com to find the perfect property that meets your budget.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
go to the offices today.
Exactly. I mean,
they have to be sworn in again.
But the president would now have to. I mean, after the approval by Parliament.
I nominate you.
Yes.
You go and the Parliament approves you. You have to wait for ceremony
and take your oath.
Why are you pretending you don't know that's what we do in this country?
No, I'm saying that it's laborious.
Are you questioning that whole
Yes, I'm
process?
saying it's laborious. Just let people get on with their work. In fact, they should have taken these oaths in Parliament. Immediately they were approved. You get my point? So that we are moving on. I get a sense that the president's in a hurry. I'm suspecting you'll do it today, because yesterday I was not expecting the second batch of people who were vetted the previous day to actually be taken to, but they were immediately taken. It looks like there's a lot of quest to make sure it happens. I hope in our quest to do so, we don't skip important scrutiny. Yes. I felt that important scrutiny was almost bypassed in Haruna Ijusu's case. I felt that happened. It is absolutely, except they think their job is a mere formality. Except they think that they are basically running through the people without any need to do proper scrutiny at all.
So I see that in the daily Ghanaian Times today, Parliament is actually announcing the Speaker is requesting, he's made a request or publicized so that you can submit a memoranda from persons, organizations, and the general public who may have comments and inputs in respect of some of the nominees listed in the paper today, about 12 of them. Interestingly, it's got the Agric Minister designate. There's also the roads and highways, and those have already been approved.
Yes.
So I don't know
post approval
if this publication.
I spoke to Joe Oseusu. He said he had no problems with the fast tracking, except that if you keep the people out, the idea of holding a public vetting is for public scrutiny, which means that the people should participate in the act by submitting their memoranda ahead of time. If you make it almost impossible for them to participate in the act, it's like you're not truly getting what you want to get from the people. It's a mixed bag. On one hand, I support fast tracking this process. On the other hand, I think we should also be mindful that, because sometimes it's pretty obvious that the Parliament itself cannot do the scrutiny. Sometimes the extensive questioning is rather based on some, things that many may not consider to be relevant matters.
But these are, hold on for a second. You are the guy who likes breaking things down, and I love that. These are representatives of the people. I mean, take education alone. Just the beginning of this year, from late last year to this year, there have been very basic issues confronting that sector, and you would expect that as representatives of the people, they would have put the people's concerns to the minister and get some answers.
Yeah. And again, even that rule, when I spoke to Joe Oseusu, he explained that it is for that Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, because mostly it's the majority leader that is repeated in that role. That's why they don't spend a longer time dealing with the person. So if you are going to a place like, say, finance, the expectation is that you should expect greater scrutiny. If you are going to a place like education, you get what I'm trying to say? You should expect, it's almost like you have recruited somebody to represent you. A person goes to put their personal friendship with a person on the front banner and say, oh, I know you, and so what?
But did you go to Parliament to do friendship?
Yeah, you are doing job for me. Your business is to represent me fully. Put your parochial relations with the person aside and do what we expect you to do. It is part of our criticism of Parliament that they should take in good faith, because we give you a job and we are entitled to have a comment on how you are performing that role, because we will pay you at the end of the month. Seriously, some of the people that sat on this committee, they have no business demanding their salaries at the end of the month, because they didn't do the job required of it. But we don't quantify the job that way. That's why it's difficult for us to actually get that happen. It's this let's just pat his back because a nice way of doing and moving on. We should move away from that. Some of their colleagues elsewhere, they're watching now. Thanks to social media, all these videos are available for scrutiny. They watch some of their colleagues being vetted elsewhere. They watch the level of scrutiny and the impact that has on the role to the extent that sometimes people on their own can even leave their job after the vetting and the issues that come out of that. I don't see that happening under the circumstance where I have known you, I think you're a wonderful person, and that I have no question, and they move on with their lives. I mean, yes, you might not know the person, but you have a job to do for and on behalf of your people. Have you asked your people for questions and they said they had none for you to go and do there? You are a delegated representative. People have given you power to represent them.
Even use the power of social media as a member of parliament and reach out to your constituents and get them to forward questions or the concerns to you, because that's what you're there to do.
Put it on the platforms that are available within your community and get those things being pushed out there.
Community platforms.
Again, if you don't see the vetting as fair and complete, whether I do it or do not do it, people will go through anyway. If you don't see that, don't do it at all. Don't do this charade of a representation. Then nothing truly comes out of it. So, I mean, we should be serious about the governance project we are doing. Nobody is saying that be needlessly raising useless issues. Nobody's saying so. But they are legitimate questions, which the ordinary person can identify as a question that ought to be asked. So if the question is not asked, they are entitled to ask why.
Hey, school feeding has been like a big issue, to the extent that CHAS was even requesting for reopening to be postponed. And students are back in school. I mean, there were some interim measures, but even a follow-up on that to see where we are with that, and then, what's the long-term plan?
Can you believe that we had more information from Felix Kwachi Ofosu than from the minister on this matter? You think about it for a second. We remember, right?
Yeah.
The latest information, how much has been released, how much is going where. But
if you don't ask the right questions, you will not get the needed answers. You won't. But talking about vetting, the appointments committee postponed the vetting of ministerial nominees Agnes Momolate and Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare yesterday. Was because activities on the main floor sort of just prolonged issues. So, they had to postpone.
Please, another proposal I have. Some of these speeches, I don't know, it's not a debate. Listen, if there's anything that I can cut out, right, it should be that. Some of you talk some, I talk some, then all.
People want to be heard.
I have known Winston for 5 years. Winston is a wonderful gentleman. Winston's vetting, he didn't perform. I didn't like the things he said, and some of the things we think we should profile. Then you approve and move on with our lives. I see those ones. We should be a little bit more business minded.
I agree with you that yesterday, and this is the thing about Ghana's parliament. Ghana's parliament spends a lot of time. When you say there's a lot of committee meetings, but they spend a lot of time at the plenary doing these things. The debates that should have taken place in the committee are always brought to the plenary. So if the debate is taking place in the committee, and this is the point, you see, because we realize that we cannot have a one committee fit it all. We, as a people, the country decided that in parliament, when there is vetting of, say, local government, chieftaincy and religious affairs minister, you have members of the local government committee joining, beg your pardon, to ask specific questions. Okay? And if you have vetting of, say, the energy minister, you have the members of the Mines and Energy Committee in Parliament joining so they can ask questions that are related to the sector because of their supposed expertise.
And exposure, because mind you, they are exposed to a lot of things
Unfortunately,
in the sector.
that has not happened. That has not happened. And if that hasn't happened, and you have work to do, you say you have more appointees to vet, you go and sit in parliament, and here you are debating something that has been done already.
It's not even a debate to wasting.
No, it's almost as it was for me. Some of the things are like, I forgot to ask that at the committee level.
No, you
at
see,
the vetting. So let me put that across here.
What we're doing. I think that yesterday, this whole process of after the fact commentary is not necessary. It's not necessary. But having said that,
especially when it stifles you having to do other
important.
vetting.
Maybe they just want to have their say.
Well, if you want to have your say, you can
write it on your Facebook, please.
Yes, you can issue
or do a press conference. Mostly it's head.
They are parliamentarians. That's what parliament is meant for.
Look, let me be very honest with you. Yes, we may not have seen. There's a whole conversation about this year's vetting. You may not have had the best of, vetting also because, look, in the past, vetting has been done by the minority. And the numbers the minority would have is dependent on their numbers in parliament. So if the minority doesn't have the numbers, that's what you would get. Okay?
But even majority MPs, I dare say,
in the past have done a better job than this time. Also, the minority today, even when they're giving the chance, they've not done a better job.
True. Even for people you call subject matter heads,
they haven't done a good job. Some of the questions of opinion marking have been good, others have been needless. I'm not going to mince words with that. You would say, I mean, you see, because sometimes he may have done a lot of these agitations here and then, people, but he's probably the only person who takes time to ask a lot of, also because of his position as ranking member, who's giving a chance to ask a lot of questions. And he's probably one of the few persons you may have asking questions that really matter.
True.
He may ask a lot that do not matter, but he's the only person you may have asking questions that matter. Even when you have a chance to ask 3 questions, they're asking 1 question. So it's like a fait accompli. We're in there. This is just like a constitutional thing that must be met, a constitutional requirement that must be met. And so you're not going in there and having people, telling you what their ideological positions are. They're not going into a place and you're testing how they think. Look, let me tell you something. We're having a conversation, Raymond, the last time, that if you have Seth Terkper as presidential advisor on the economy, first of all, for John Mahama to have appointed Seth Terkper, President Mahama to have appointed Seth Terkper as advisor on the economy, he would be aware of Seth Terkper's ideological leanings and what his positions are on a lot of issues. What sort of advice would President Mahama get from a Seth Terkper? So, what's your position on this?
True.
Why do you think this is unnecessary? Then he would tell you that, well, because of this and that, I believe we cannot do this. So you would challenge him and say, but have you thought about that? He says, no. Yes, but haven't even considered this. I believe this is better. Seth Terkper, if he says, we cannot fund free SHS alone from the government. Is it the case that free SHS, even at the time of its implementation in 2017, there were discussions about free SHS having been targeted? There were. There were discussions that free SHS should be targeted. At the time, the feeling was that they didn't have the data. So if they don't have the data, then you start, and then subsequently it will be targeted. And so what Ken Ofori-Atta was saying was in tandem with what was the plan.
True.
So these are things, and so if Seth Terkper today says we cannot do this, you'd have to ask why. But when you go to Parliament and the questions are asked, and then honorable member, and then they dance around. It's just like, it reminds me of when years ago when Alban Bagbin was being vetted for Works and Housing Ministry. You dance around because you are leader. Or say Chimensa Bonsu, he goes, he dances around because he's leader. Anyway, we'll come back and talk about other things.
But Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices. They have an online store just for your convenience. So shop at kingdomstoreonline.com. You do not have to physically go into any Kingdom Books and Stationery store. And they will arrange delivery to your homes and offices within reasonable time as well. They offer free delivery if you happen to be in Accra or Tema, and they accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions apply, though. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And have you heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies? Well, let me tell you more about this premium fuel with its amazing 3-in-1 power. Total Energies introduces Excellium new formula, the additive enriched fuel, with its powerful 3-in-1 action that cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Thanks to the cumulative effect of its anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and detergent additives, Excellium new formula also lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2 emissions. You drive, Mamavi. Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Winston, before I tell you what Fidelity Bank is saying, since May 2024, we asked for data on the banks they were supposed to be divesting interest in from SNIT. They have released it now.
Oh, okay.
Since May 2024. They have abandoned the seal and everything. Now they have released it.
It's been 8 months.
Yes. I'm congratulating them for taking 8 months to release information they said they had on hand readily. Well, congratulations to you, ASNET. I hope the removal of heads of Unity have not removed the heads there. Or
Not yet.
So. Oh, they have not removed them.
Not
there.
yet.
We haven't.
They have not been affected
the
yet.
The green letter is the one that appoints, and the white one fires.
No, the other way around.
Okay, so we haven't.
No,
seen
it depends on who's issuing. Felix comes with white.
Okay.
Callistus Bahama is green.
Green, yeah, okay.
Wait, but does Felix also fire?
I have not seen that before. Mostly he brings good news. Now, from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we are here for your journey. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We are here for your journey. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
And conferencing doesn't have to be the same boring routine. The location of your next conference can both be resort-centered and relaxing. Aqua Safari Resort gives you the best of both worlds and more. Let them take the stress out of the process. You know, when your workers are tired, it's only when you do it in the office, they see they are tired. But take it to a place like Aqua Safari and you see the energy and the ideas that will flow. Just call Aqua Safari on 054 011 0190 and watch your conferences and events effortlessly taken care of.
And talking about, Aqua Safari, it's important I also tell you about Safari Valley Resort. And so if you're wondering where to hold your strategy planning meetings, board sessions, or staff retreats, there's only one venue. It's the Safari Valley Resort. Think of the serene environment, accessibility, meeting room capacity, flow and layout of space, room flexibility, quality of equipment, staff and first-class catering services. Then Safari Valley Resort is your first choice. Call Safari Valley Resort on 0596914394. Safari Valley, bringing you closer to nature.
Now, Ghana, let's talk water tanks. Do you know the secret to real water storage, Mama? It's simple. If your tank doesn't have that tortoise on it, then it is not the correct tank. No, don't even think about it. Don't look for anything else. Don't look for the shape, the color, and the way of the tortoise. Tortoise, if it's not present here, then that's right. The tortoise tank, that's a Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong and durable. It is built to handle a Ghanaian weather, rain or shine. Syntex tank has your back. So, my people, go outside, check your tank, and if it doesn't have the tortoise on it, it's time to upgrade before you lose water. Join the Syntex tank, because water, it doesn't flow like that. So if you get something to store, you have to keep it very, very well. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that's tough like the tortoise. Call 0244 335 168 to buy now or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, air strong, air tough.
If you're looking for instant cash for your home or plot of land in prime in prime locations in Accra or Tema, or you're dreaming of buying investment homes in the USA to earn passive rental income, then here's good news for you. Western World Properties brings you unparalleled opportunities. You can choose from the affordable luxury homes in prime locations across Ghana. We're talking West Legon, East Legon Hills, Mensa, and in the USA, New York, Chicago, Florida, Virginia, Maryland, California, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia, providing an opportunity to earn guaranteed annual rental income. In addition, they also buy premium plots in sought-after locations, including West Legon, East Legon Hills Airport, rich cantonments, as well as land for serviced plots for real estate development. Don't waste investing in your future today. Call Western World Properties on 0536 502295 or visit their website as westernworldproperties.com to find the perfect property that meets your budgets. We've got the birthday messages and definitely the sports center here on the Super Morning Show, but it all comes up after these.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
When you hear that sound, it can only mean one thing. It's the sound of excitement, the sound of milky goodness. It's the unmistakable sound of rich, creamy deliciousness. The sound that lets you know that the original milky richness awaits. The milky richness you can find in every bite of Munchie Milk Shortcake.
With its unique blend of milky richness and carefully selected ingredients, Munchie Milk Shortcake is crafted from an original age-old recipe to delight your taste buds. If you're looking for pure satisfaction and the authentic taste of original milky richness, it's time to grab a pack of your favorite biscuit, Munchie Milk Shortcake, today.
This advert is FDA approved.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
And the birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, strong as a group,
as close as a partner. Mama, the people have a general request. They say they want
after
to know
the birthday messages.
Your Somanya name.
Well, if you think about it.
Yes, what do they call you in Somanya?
This one says, happy 40th birthday to Mrs. Alisa Soa, CEO of Pebble Square Interior. Wishing you good health and wealth in everything you do. Amen is coming from Ankule Chu to you. And this one says, happy birthday to Samira Shafiu and Mavis Brown of the Audit Department of Deloitte. Also, happy birthday to Joy MFA Akosia Dauda of the Assurance Department, from your country managing partner Daniel Kweju Owusu and all staff.
Happy birthday to lawyer Obapa Echanema Dankwa of CBG Legal Departments. It's from Alex Kofi Opong of EcoBank, my former relationship manager who deserted me. He's now a big man in Kumasi. Happy birthday.
This one says, happy birthday to my best friend for over 20 years, Rhoda Ampedu of EcoBank Corporate Banking. Baby girl, welcome to the 4th floor. Love you from LC Ajua Bicham to you.
Yes, happy birthday to Lovia AJ Boachua of Adabraka Polyclinic. And enjoy your birthday. Weston, should I do the Alisa one?
I've done it already.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
Okay.
All right. So happy birthday also to Rocky Dawuni. Today's
his birthday.
Yes.
But you have to drop.
We have to play.
Ghana.
Yes. It's a powerful song.
Yeah.
By all standards and qualifications.
I tell you. Yeah. This one says happy birthday to Audrey Entridakwa, Manager Corporate Affairs Department, Ghana Exim Bank. Happy birthday to you from George Riafi. Okay. Mavi, are we done? Do you now know your Somanya name?
No, I know this one.
Songs.
Yeah. Champion Rocky Dawuni.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the sports center now. And it's brought to us by
MTN.
Everywhere you go.
Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
And if it's football you want, we've got it all. Yes, all of it on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live in HD. And the season is seasoning already. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And get ready for a game changer. SMEs, we're introducing Yellow Biz, our new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. The all-in-one package consists of a 4G plus router with 10 gigabyte of free data, Microsoft Office 365, genuine Microsoft applications, WebWiz, a customized business website for your business, Unicom Service, a unified business communication solution for your virtual call center, IVR, and conferencing needs, all for a good deal you don't want to miss. With MTN Yellow Biz, your business will gain access to advanced productivity tools, a powerful online presence, and superior customer experience to optimize your operations. To stay ahead of competition, call 100 or 0244308111 or email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com or visit mtn.com.gh/business or any MTN office for your Yellow Biz, and stay connected everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, as the new year begins, it's essential to take the right steps towards achieving financial stability. The start of a new year is the perfect opportunity to set up your financial goals and start on the right path. An input from a professional can make all the difference. At Standard Chartered Wealth Management Limited Company, you have access to a wide range of investment options that offer you monthly and yearly interest payments through diversified investment portfolios, so that we can manage the risk properly for you. Call us on 0233 000041 or 0200127755, or visit us on the 4th floor of the Opebia House in Airport Accra. Today you can do so now and speak with our certified investment advisors on what options suit your financial objectives and risk appetite. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Thank you very much, Raymond. Good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo. Coming up,
Benfica implore the referee to give a penalty, but he's not going to. And Barcelona clear. Where's the goalkeeper Trubin? He's gone back to his line. It's Rafinha. And Rafinha has won it for Barcelona. I do not believe it.
Late Rafinha strike earns Barcelona a dramatic win over Benfica in a 9-goal thriller in the Champions League to seal a last 16 spot. Also coming up,
Liverpool's on a 603 minutes without conceding a goal at home in Europe has ended. They can still go on and win this. Elliott shot deflected in. They're back into the lead. Freakish deflection, but he's been a real life spark since coming on. 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool, they also secured run of 16th spot after beating Lille to maintain their perfect record. We'll review last night's Champions League action and preview what's to come tonight. But first, President John Mahama has nominated Member of Parliament for the Buem constituency, Kofi Adams, as the Minister of Sports and Recreation designate. The 49-year-old's appointment was confirmed yesterday following the release of the third batch of ministerial nominations. Here's a brief background information about the two-time MP.
He, of course, born in May, hails from the Otu region, specifically Teteman. And in terms of his educational background, he has a Bachelor of Science degree in zoology. He also served as a tutor at Adisido College in the Central Region. He also served as spokesperson and director of public affairs for Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings when he was out of office. And Mr. Kofi Adams also served as a deputy general secretary for the NDC and later went on to serve as national organizer for the party. Now, what we know is that he is a huge fan of boxing and has always advocated support for the discipline.
So some background information on Kofi Adams. Used to teach integrated science at Adisco, also a big Chelsea fan. And now stakeholders in the sports sector have already been reacting to his appointment. The president of the African Paralympic Committee, also the Ghana Paralympic Committee president, Samson Dean, he promised to help prepare Adams for his vetting and shared some of the things he expects him to do when approved by Parliament.
I think that the stipends that will be given to athletes that was said in the manifesto that athletes are going to be given stipends, it was limited to a certain portion of the football family. But some of us have argued that we cannot only focus on football, we have to expand it to reach elite athletes. And when we talk about elite athletes, we have been able to prepare a dossier where we want to support the minister to let him understand that there are athletes who have been participating in the top sport competition for the last 3 years, 4 years. We can select athletes and make sure that they are all in that regime.
That's Samson Dean there. Moving on from there, True Democracy. That's the name of a football club. They have come under the spotlight after giant-killing strides in the MTN FA Cup. On their journey to the round of 16, the Division 1 League club eliminated 2023 champions Dreams FC. And Joy Sports' Razak Musbao visited their training ground to put together this report.
Nearly 30 years since its establishment, True Democracy FC has climbed the ladder of Ghana football. After years in the lower divisions, the club earned promotion to the Division 1 League and is making its presence felt. It's their impressive journey in the MTN FA Cup that has truly captured the imagination of football fans. The Tema Bay side began the MTN FA Cup campaign with a 2-0 victory over lower tier side Talons FC in the round of 64. The edge passed fellow Division 1 side Koforidua Sempefi in a dramatic penalty shootout, winning by 4-3. Then came their biggest challenge yet, a round of 32 clash against Premier League giant and the 2022-23 MTN FA Cup winners Dreams FC.
In fact, that match we tagged it as small axe. We were the small axe and they were the big tree, and we warned them that if they are not careful, we are going to bring it down.
In the 85th minute, Jay Mate delivered moment of brilliance, scoring the decisive goal to secure a historic upset.
When our player intercepted the ball, he gave the ball to me, and it was on one-on-one occasion. So when I controlled the ball for the first time, I thought I've mixed the ball, but unfortunately, I still had the ball, so I decided to dribble the player on one-on-one occasion. So when I played, it went into the right angle of the goalpost.
Back at the training ground, the celebrations have given way to hard work. The team knows their journey in the FA Cup is far from over.
We are taking match after match, match after match. Now we are in round 16. We are working out to the semi-final. Yeah, that's our mission now.
As they march on in the MTN FA Cup, the team has not lost sight of their league ambitions.
In fact, for the very short term, let's say the next year or two, we intend to remain in this division and probably concentrate on the other side of the business that we are doing. That's transferring players to bigger clubs. Hopefully by the third year, we will know we have been well established here, then we can make the next move to the Premier Division.
So True Democracy making waves in the MTN FA Cup. Let's move on from there. The Ghana Football Association yesterday they presented FIFA badges to 22 referees and assistant referees at the brief ceremony at the GFA headquarters in Accra. This follows an announcement by FIFA, who unveiled the official list of Ghanaian referees approved to officiate international matches for the year 2025. The list comprises 10 center referees, 10 assistant referees, 1 futsal referee, 1 beach soccer referee, and a video assistant referee. 12 of them were selected, or 12 of the selected referees are men, while 8 of them are women. In England, Ghana's Thomas Branding Asante He scored again to help Coventry City beat Blackburn 2-0 in the championship yesterday. Asante now has 2 goals in his last 2 games and 3 overall this season. Let's do Champions League football now. Last night, Rafinha scored deep into stoppage time to hand Barcelona a dramatic 5-4 comeback win against Benfica and a place in the Champions League last 16 after he scored a hat-trick. After a hat-trick from Vangelis Pavlidis gave the hosts a 3-1 half-time lead. There were braces for Robert Lewandowski and Rafinha as the Blaugrana fought back late in the match to clinch their spot in the next round, and they sit second with 18 points after 7 games. After the game, the Barca boss Hansi Flick admitted he's never supervised a comeback of this nature.
Well, like you said, it was crazy. I think the most positive thing is the mentality we had, and we came back, and it's really great to see that this is football. This is football, and this is why we love this.
Have you ever lived a comeback like this?
Wow, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's unbelievable.
That's Hansi Flick. Liverpool also booked their spot in the last 16 with a 2-1 victory over 10-man Lille at Anfield. Mohamed Salah and Harvey Elliott scored the goals. The win means Ancelotti's men maintain a 100% record. They've won 7 out of 7 games in the group phase of the Champions League. They have 21 points. Mohamed Salah, by scoring last night, also became the first Liverpool player to reach 50 goals in European competitions.
Hopefully not the last one, but something I'm very happy and proud about it, and also especially because we won the game, so that's the most important thing.
Were you aware of that particular record, the 50?
I'm not sure.
You've broken so many.
No, I wasn't focused about it before the game, to be fair.
And there was drama. Atletico Madrid, they fought back to rescue a 2-1 win over Bayer Leverkusen after Julian Alvarez scored twice to cancel out Piero Hincapie's opener in an action-packed game. Bologna also struck twice in 2 minutes to bag a 2-1 comeback win over Dortmund. Club Brugge and Juventus ended 0-0. Monaco beat Aston Villa 1-0, and Atalanta hammered Stormgrass 5-0. At 8 p.m. tonight, Manchester City, who occupy the last playoff spot, play away to Paris Saint-Germain, who are out of the playoff spot. Both teams need to win to enhance their chances of qualifying. The Man City boss Pep Guardiola says the club's fans should accept that if they fail to qualify.
Of course, it's a really important game for us, for PSG, but we have another game against Bruges at home, so I don't know how many points we will need. It's just in case we qualified. I know winning the 2 games is mathematically will be there, but of course they punish us the game against Feyenoord, but especially all this competition, more games. It was in the most difficult moment of the season for the problems everybody knows that we had, and we could not handle it. And of course we could not expect when we arrived to be in that position. We had to accept it if at the end we don't qualify.
Yeah, so that's Pep Guardiola to the Man City fans. Accept it if the club fails to qualify. We'll see what happens. We have live commentary of that match, PSG versus Man City, on Hits 103.9 FM. There's also Real Madrid versus Salzburg. Final take on Bayern Munich. Arsenal are up against Dinamo Zagreb. Let's conclude with tennis news from the Australian Open. Novak Djokovic, he produced yet another scarcely believable comeback to stand Carlos Alcaraz in a thriller and reach the semi-finals. The 37-year-old Sep defied injury, age and ranking to win 4-6, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4 against his 21-year-old opponent in Melbourne. The defeat ends Alcaraz's hopes, for now at least, of becoming the youngest man to complete a career Grand Slam.
First I want to say my utmost respect and admiration for Carlos and everything he stands for and what he has achieved so far in his young career. What a terrific guy he is, and even better competitor, youngest ever #1 in the world, the history of our sport. One of the most epic matches I've played on this court, on any court really. So thank you all for staying at 1 a.m. to watch us and support the players.
That's Djokovic there. He will now face German second seed Alexander Zverev on Friday in the semi-finals. In the women's draw, Iga Swiatek, she dropped just 3 games as she breezed past Emma Navarro to reach the semi-finals and continue her bid for a maiden Melbourne title. The pole will face Madison Keys in the last 4 after the American came from a set down to beat Elena Svitolina. That's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Centre. My name is Fentio Zahiri Fentio. Back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, Fentio. So we know that now we have some 42 ministers, and but when it comes to the ministries, 23 of them, sports and recreation, Kofi Adams will be the minister. But do you think the sports ministry needs a deputy?
I think so. I think mostly because there's so many competitions that happen and the minister can't be there personally, but a senior figure still needs to be there. So that's usually the job of the deputy. With my experience, that's what I've seen deputy sports ministers do.
Okay. Hold on. That we'll come back later. We'll have that conversation. I want to know what your thoughts are also. Which ministries do you think need deputies? Which ministries don't need deputies? Get on to X, use the hashtag JoySMS. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. And Provident Insurance with Provident, man, you're covered. So look, EcoBank says, don't be scammed by scammers, because fraud activities are on the increase as scammers continue to target customers of various banks through phone calls, text messages, and emails to get customers to divulge sensitive information such as password, PIN, card information, CVV, OTP, and other personal details. Their ultimate goal is to steal your money. Always remember that bank account details can only be updated at an EcoBank branch. EcoBank mobile app can only be upgraded at the App Store or Play Store. Linking your Ghana card to your EcoBank account is at any EcoBank branch or at ecobank.com. Do not share your password, PIN, OTP, or card information or any other personal information with anyone, whether remotely or face-to-face. Never give the 16 digits or any number on your bank card to anyone. Avoid any calls or messages that request you to click a link, and report any suspicious SMS, email, or phone call to the EcoBank Contact Center and delete such messages at once. When in doubt or you feel insecure, call EcoBank Contact Center on 0800 003225 on toll free. But this is what I want you to note, that this new year, let your journey be worry-free. Buy or renew or buy a brand new motor insurance policy with Provident Insurance from January to March 2025 and enjoy exciting rewards, including fuel coupons and exclusive Provident souvenirs. Need assistance? Chat with Obaya, our friendly WhatsApp assistant on 0242-426-396, and she will sort you out, babya, anywhere, anytime, or visit any of our 15 branches nationwide. Provident Insurance, your reliable partner for 43 years, keeping you covered every mile of the way. Don't miss out on this special offer. Chat Obaya now or visit any of our branches. Agents and brokers today. T's and C's apply with Provident. Man, you're covered. Which means it's now time for the fuel station tip brought to us by the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, shaping policy, advancing industry standards. And our tip for today is follow posted safety signs. Pay attention to all safety signs around the fuel station, including, and quote, no smoking, turn off engine, and emergency exit signs. The tip says pay attention to all safety signs around the fuel stations, and these include no smoking, turn off engine, and emergency exit signs. So you know what to do. Make sure that you're able to do that. And that's our fuel station tip brought to us by the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, shaping policy and advancing industry standards. Very soon, we're going to be bringing you the Joy Business Minute right here on the Super Morning Show. But I'd love to hear from you, okay? Tell me what your thoughts are this morning when it comes to the vetting of nominees. So far, 6 of them have been approved by the Appointments Committee and approved by Parliament. Yesterday was the vetting of Ahmed Ibrahim, Member of Parliament for Banda, for the Local Government Chieftaincy Religious Affairs Ministry. We'll come back and talk about his performance at the vetting, but also the assessment of the vetting process so far. But now time for the Joy Business Minute, and that's brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you. Anointed Engineering Services, the Generator Experts, and Pinnacle Life Insurance. More for your smile. We'll bring you the Joy Business Minute shortly. Okay, so it's now time for the Joy Business Minute.
Good morning and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank. We stand with you. Anointed Electricals, the generator expert, and build-free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy. Finance Minister Dr. Ato Forson has vowed to work hard to help stabilize the cedi and bring down inflation as he gets ready to assume office following his approval by Parliament. Meanwhile, the Ghana Revenue Authority has exceeded its target for last year by mobilizing more than 153 billion Ghana cedis. And the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana will today begin its first meeting for this year to review developments in the economy. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank. We stand with you. Anointed Electricals, the generator expert, and build-free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show. But look, what makes you smile? Is it the time with loved ones pursuing your passions or simply enjoying life's little moments? At Pinnacle Life Insurance, we believe that life insurance should do more than just protect your family's financial future. It should also help you live your best life. And our policies offer comprehensive coverage, living benefits and rewards to help you make the most of today, because we think of wealth differently. At Pinnacle Life Insurance, we provide solutions that give you more for your smile. More time, more freedom, more joy. For more information on our policies, call us on 0501 451 400. Visit pinnaclelifeinsurance.com.gh. Pinnacle Life Insurance, more for your smile.
Now, Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets, size ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA. These are at competitive prices. For every generator you acquire, you will enjoy 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include, but they are not limited to the following. You get 24-hour emergency service. So you didn't plan for it, but do something steady overnight. No, sorry, they say localize, right? Localize whatever visited you overnight.
What's the end result?
The power is off. Okay. There is sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice, and the sales of tower lights and rental. They are located at the following, and these are the newest anyway. Bibiani is a Petroji. It's opposite the Bethel School Junction on the main Bibiani Kumasi Highway. In Techiman is an ex-oil filling station on the main Techiman Kumasi Highway. Locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They also have 18 branches nationwide. They are into skill training. They have a training school that trains students on generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals and controls, solar installations too. They offer 80% hands-on training. Listen again, 80% hands-on training. Not that the things in your head, but I can't do it. Yes, then 20% theory. Contact them on these hotlines: 0243 480 334 or 0243 690 295. Anointed, they are the generator experts.
Great, and stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Super Morning Show.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah, download it. You gon' enjoy it. In my Brahmin chain, in my Brahmin chain. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even church tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. King promise.
This new year, let your journey be worry-free. Renew or buy a brand new motor insurance policy with Provident Insurance from January to March 2025 and enjoy exciting rewards such as fuel coupons and exclusive Provident souvenirs. Need assistance? Chat with Obaya, our friendly WhatsApp assistant on 024-242-6396. She will sort you out babia anywhere, anytime, or visit any of our branches, agents, or brokers today. Provident Insurance, your reliable partner for 43 years, keeping you covered every mile of the way. Don't miss out on this special offer. Terms and conditions apply. With Provident, man, you're covered.
Provident, man, you're covered.
Right, so welcome back. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's latest foam, your partner for life, and Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa, as well as Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Our focus is on the vetting and approval of ministers by Parliament. But of course, now we know we have some 42 ministers.
Yeah.
42 ministers.
18 to go.
18 to go.
Don't call me, don't call me. The 18,
and
because now substantive minister, they are out of it.
Yes,
so deputy is what you are considering, right?
Yes. So of the 42 ministers, 23 of them are members of Parliament.
True.
Yes.
So it looks like all the deputies are going to come out of Parliament.
If all of them do come out of Parliament, it means we've not fulfilled the constitutional provision.
Oh, are they? It says it's more than half.
More than half. So deputy ministers included. More than half.
So more than half.
So all of them, about nine of them, 9 of them come from Parliament and 31.
Yes.
So that is more.
No, it's more than half.
Yes.
Hold on.
So hold on. Now you have 23
Is that
of
more
them.
than half out of Parliament? No, from Parliament.
From Parliament.
So you should do more. So you can do all from Parliament.
But you say all of them are going to come from outside Parliament?
No, I'm saying they all come from Parliament.
Deputies come from Parliament.
Yes.
No, they should come. Some of them should come outside Parliament.
No, because the way things are going, the MPs are many. and see, there are people who are also spokespersons and ranking members who have felt that they equally deserve the elevation.
I am actually told. I mean, well, we have a story that in the Volta regional capital of Ho Central to be precise, some youth, almost burnt down the NDC party office. They are angry that since the Fourth Republic, there hasn't been a minister from the whole central constituency.
What does that mean?
It means that as the constituency that gave the NDC the second highest vote in the Volta region, their member of parliament or a constituent deserves to be rewarded with a ministerial position.
That's what they are saying?
Yes.
Why?
That's what they have said.
But why?
That's what they have said.
Okay, so I thought they were making this argument about, because people have already started this regional distribution and all of that. I don't see the point, but we have inbuilt in our system a certain quest, a certain general feeling that we should spread it out so that all people feel represented. And well, I don't get the point, but again, I think we want to pretend that there's a certain unifying call around that. That's fine. Are they saying there are no people from the region there?
There are people from the region.
But they're expecting people from the region to necessarily come out.
They're expecting one from the constituency.
I mean, see, I have known Benjamin Podo, former MP, to be a disciplined, genuine.
He's not the MP this time around.
No, yes, I say former MP.
So
to
be a new person.
To be a disciplined, genuine person.
Yes.
I expect people in his constituency to equally reflect him. I'm not saying that he's asking them to do so. I'm not saying that even the current MP is the one behind it. But we understand how politics operates. I just feel that people should not be funding some of these things. It doesn't make sense. Let's not see. If so, people will find different reasons why every place deserves to have its member of parliament be made a minister or whichever portfolio. If the executive president you have voted for, entrusted with power, has selected somebody and you want reasons for the selection, you can ask him for the reasons. But to insist that we also deserve, and this one, see, that's where the rewarding thing comes in. Nobody deserves any reward. Public service is for those who are deserving of the power, sometimes determined by factors. We need to get this straight.
But this is where the problem starts from.
Yeah.
You see, first of all, our constitution talks about, beg your pardon, this whole regional balance, you put and other things in place because of how we are as a people. No problem. But then within the political parties, one of the things we don't talk about is that within the political
parties, but I didn't say constituency balance.
Wait, no, I'm saying within the political parties, they actually have these conversations. And so you have constituencies where the conversation is, if we get this, we will give you this. I'm not saying that is what may have happened. But I have had conversations, and I've had conversations in Ho, for instance, where they've said, oh, look, if we are able to get this number of votes, we can then go and push for a minister or deputy minister.
See, frankly, I don't have a problem with people saying we are lobbying.
Yeah, so they are lobbying.
Yes, but lobbying is not violence. Yes, there's a limit to it. You can be very fruitful in your lobbying without resorting to any of these schemes. Indeed, there is somewhere around Tamale Place. Some people, when they don't get ministerial position, there is always a demonstration. Peaceful demonstration. Not violent demonstration. You get the point, right? And soon they are appointed somewhere. So it's you can do it properly. Nobody say you cannot lobby for somebody you think should be appointed. Or you cannot even make the forceful claim. Can even embark on a 1 week demonstration, go on hunger strike. But to resort to
go on hunger strike for
yes, for your beliefs.
Well, but
but to resort to violence is unacceptable.
That's what is happening. I don't know if I don't know what's going to happen with the.
And I'm cautioning the young people to restrain themselves.
But let's move on to another issue.
Imagine getting into violence. You are arrested, prosecuted. The guy gets his position.
He doesn't even know you.
Can you believe
Sometimes
that?
he doesn't even know you.
Yes, can you believe
when I was
that?
in Baku in 2020, and these guys wanted to disrupt the ballot box. I told them that people you're fighting for, they may not even know you.
True.
So why are you doing that? And that's, for me, that's the most important thing. Sometimes you engage in fights, you're fighting for persons who don't know you. This is not a belief. You're fighting for individuals who don't know you because you want an individual in a particular place. Raymond, we've talked about the ministers of state, but if you look at the appointments itself.
But please, before you proceed, I have a very special request from the man of God at Perez Chapel, Zoriland. A request I identify with. The man of God who shares my name. So my name is only God.
Whose name you share? Or he
no,
shares
no, no, no. He shares my name.
Okay.
Yes. Even though he's man of God, but it doesn't mean that. Yeah.
Okay.
Bishop Raymond Aqua.
Okay.
Bishop. Bishop says that we should wish Honorable Sam George happy birthday.
Oh, today is Sam George. Today's his birthday.
Yes, Minister Designate for
Communications.
They've added some other things to it.
I think digital.
Yes, communications and the other things.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, Sam George, enjoy your birthday. Eka kitty, but I can see why you posted on social media that God is great and all of the other things we are quoting. Because eka kitty, like the thing slipped away. Which do you know that, right? So you have every good reason to celebrate the opportunity to serve the country, and that's all there is to it. Ideally, people should be running away from public service like other people do elsewhere. You know that, right? Some people, because it's a higher calling, but it's also a very difficult job. The difficulties with serving the state comes with intrusion to your privacy. The difficulties with serving the state comes with possible security people having to chase you after doing the work. That's fine. The difficulties with having to do a state comes with suspicions that you have amassed wealth. And all of these people avoid. So if you take on public service, it is expected that you deliver just that. Public service. Service to the public. Not the public serving you. You get that?
Raymond, let's say good morning to
Sam George.
Shamima Muslim.
Hey.
Let's say congratulations.
Yes. So Shamima, is it deputy director?
No, deputy spokesperson, presidential spokesperson.
No, okay. So there used to be director of communications at the presidency.
Yes.
So now it's presidential spokesperson.
Her position is deputy presidential spokesperson.
But the person she is deputizing is now Minister of State nominee.
That is our assumption for now.
So is Shamima deputy minister of state nominee?
Who told you that?
No, I want to know. It's extrapolation. Yes.
I see she's typing.
Oh, she's typing. Please clarify your position for us. But we are excited and happy that you have extended your tentacles into the office of the president. Some of us were expecting that you would take a position where there will be trouble for you because we like you.
What Shamima has sent to me, I cannot read it on air.
No, she cannot be gagging media practitioners.
She's not gagging. It's a regular conversation between us, but just that I cannot read it on air.
Yeah. People will think that you are timorous. So.
Oh no.
People will think that you are hiding things.
She says you guys are not correct at all. That's it.
Deputy spokesperson. Oh,
and her boss, the acting spokesperson.
Yes,
now Minister of State Intergovernment Communications.
So incoming acting. Oh, sorry, incoming deputy spokesperson. I'm a bit confused. So hold on, incoming government.
Her position. They didn't say she was acting, so she is deputy presidential spokesperson.
Okay.
Spokesperson of the president or the president.
So who is the spokesperson of the president?
Acting presidential spokesperson is Felix Kwakye Ofosu.
So who is Minister of State nominee for government communications?
Felix Kwakye Ofosu.
Okay, so he's acting in one role and occupying another.
He's acting in one role and has been appointed to go and occupy another.
Felix is the only person who's actually transitioned within a very few days. You get what I'm saying? So the man got one of the earliest jobs, right? Then his job is being elevated to another one, right? The director of communications or government presidency spokesperson, is it higher or lower than the minister for government communications?
Shamima says stop the mischief.
No, I need explanation.
Yes, Shamima, come and clarify.
As a man of the people, it is required that people understand.
No, Shamima must clarify.
Let's
go for a break. When we
if it was Shamima, she would have actually been asking the questions.
Yeah, so
I'm expecting her to answer the question.
So let's acknowledge our sponsors, Telecel.
Okay.
When we return, she must explain.
We will call Samina for clarification.
But once again, congratulations. I didn't call you because I knew too many people were going to call you.
True.
But congratulations.
Yes,
I was hoping to send mine later, but congratulations.
Yes. We have to say it on air to you. Congratulations, incoming minister, deputy. Oh no, sorry. Congratulations.
She's deputy presidential spokesperson. It's not incoming.
Okay, deputy presidential spokesperson. Congratulations. Now switch to Telecel fixed broadband today and experience incredible bonuses, non-expiry bundles, and data transfers across devices, and lots more. New customers get 50% bonus data in addition to other mind-blowing offers, and existing customers receive 300% bonus data on every broadband renewal to keep browsing. To subscribe to Telecel fixed broadband for these amazing offers, you need to dial *900# or use a Telecel Play app, or visit a Telecel retail outlet, or go to the website telecel.com.gh and get connected today. Terms and conditions apply. Telecel, connecting energies.
So have you heard Republic Bank is giving this season, and they're giving big? Pay with your Visa credit card and stand a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to Dubai or a luxury staycation at some of Ghana's finest beach resorts, including Maha Beach Resort, Breezes Beach, or Camp Chache. You could also win a 5-course dinner for 2 at the exquisite Brassa restaurant, a full-day spa services for 2, and other exciting rewards in the Republic Bank Tap Win and Fly to Dubai promo. All you need to do is use any of your Republic Bank Visa credit card, Infinite Addition, or Classic card. Every tap counts. So what are you waiting for? It's time to fly to Dubai with a Republic Bank Visa card. Start tapping and make this season unforgettable. This promo is under the Caritas Lottery platform. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Now, do you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost? Do you want to be like Winston Amwa? Do you want a vibrant student experience in the community that equips you with useful employability skills, taking you one step closer to the career of your dreams? Enjoy all these and more, plus up to 50% scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards at our campus. For more information, visit lancaster.edu.gh. You can also email us at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh or call us at +233 020 960 7008. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. And Winston, they were here last week or this week.
Yeah,
last week, and they explained that they are getting some powerful AI lab together, and I was so impressed with in fact, I promised I'll go and say it myself. And so don't go and pay plenty pounds elsewhere, make sure that you stay in Ghana and go to Lancaster. Same quality.
Exactly. Stay with us. More after these.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Are you hoping to start university this January? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our January 2025 intake. Apply now for our foundation program. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Do you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices. You also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service, rental and sale of tile lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 18 branches nationwide. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Call our hotlines on 0302 324723 or 0243 690295. Also on 0243 480334. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
I used to stress about where to receive my Abro Tracy car and always used to doubt whether my friend has really sent it.
So I asked a friend of mine and he said his wife used to have similar challenges until she decided to receive money transfers from CBG.
Well, I can relate because now I receive my money from CBG. It's so simple, fast and secure with no delays and no hidden fees. And I must say, life is now feeling good.
Stay connected to your loved ones no matter where they are. With Consolidated Bank Ghana's money transfer services, you can receive money quickly and securely from abroad, whether through MoneyGram, Western Union, PayAngel, Transfast, UnityLink, Ria, EaseRemit, Funes, TapTap Send, and TerraPay. Cash out your way any day with Consolidated Bank Ghana. Welcome to the good life. CBG, we stand with you.
We stand with
What makes you smile is a time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, or simply enjoying life's little moments. At Pinnacle Life Insurance, we believe that life insurance should do more than just protect your family's financial future. It should also help you live your best life now. Our policies offer comprehensive coverage, living benefits, and rewards to help you make the most of today because we think of wealth differently. At Pinnacle Life Insurance, we provide solutions that give you more for your smile, more time, more freedom, more joy. For more information on our policies, call us on 0501 451 400 or visit www.pinnaclelife.com.gh. Pinnacle Life Insurance. More for your smile.
singing. Oh my goodness.
My only recollection of this song is from, is it Mickey Mouse or one of those cartoons?
Yeah.
Dancing around. Yeah. That's my only recollection of the song.
I like the song.
And it brings that memory to me consistently when I hear it anyway.
Anyway, this morning we're talking appointments to ministries. We're talking ministers of state. And we're also talking about vetting and approval of ministers. So 42 ministers appointed by President John Mahama. Into 23 ministries, 3 ministers of state, and 16 regional ministers. 18 to go. Which ministries don't deserve deputies? Or which ministries deserve to have deputies? Which ministers must have deputy ministers? Which ones mustn't have deputy ministers? It's a conversation we'll have here on the Super Morning Show. This morning, we'll be joined shortly by Professor Ransford Jampo, who is a professor of political science at the University of Ghana, and Franklin Kujo, who is president of Imani Africa. But you know what, Charlie? The enjoyment is real. From now to June 2025, Raymond, Enterprise Insurance is giving you more reasons to smile on the road. Buy or renew your existing motor insurance policy and enjoy amazing rewards, free fuel coupons for your vehicle and airtime for your phone. It's that simple. Insure, not chilly. With over 100 years of trusted experience, we're here to secure your peace of mind. Visit any branch, connect with your insurance agent or broker, or use the Enterprise Advantage app for convenience and enjoy free fuel coupons and airtime instantly. When you buy or renew your motor insurance, Enterprise Insurance is rated AAA by GCR for financial strength and claims paying ability. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise, your advantage.
Now, to all the female entrepreneurs out there, agribusiness owners, and you, young entrepreneurs, we see you. We see all the challenges that you go through and understand same. Your story indeed matters to us, and we are here to support you every step of the way. In partnership with the Mastercard Foundation, ABSA is offering SME loans at an unbelievable 10% interest rates per annum. Imagine having access to up to 1 million Ghana cedis completely collateral free. This isn't just talk. We've already disbursed over 600 million, supporting 1,600 businesses within the past year. And we are especially proud that 67.3% of our beneficiaries are women-owned enterprises. Your success is our success. If you're ready to write the next chapter of your success story, visit our SME project office, which is the nearest, or you go to your nearest ABSA branch, or just go to the website absa.com.gh. Your story matters to all of us. ABSA.
That's right. And I want to tell you a bit about education, Raymond. We all need one, don't we? Heritage Christian University is set up to provide a missing link in tertiary education through creativity and innovation. Since 2018, the university has given over 450,000 Ghana cedis as startup grants to a number of its students to start their own businesses. There's a huge emphasis on entrepreneurship, technology, and practical learning with professional certification. Is accredited by GTech and is located at Amasamai behind the Olympic Stadium. There are graduate and undergraduate programs. Contact 054 77 77 731 or 020 229 8399, or you can go to their website www.hcuc.edu.gh for more details. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
And from the 30th of January to the 1st of February 2025, Africa's most influential business and political leaders will gather in Accra, Ghana, for the Africa Prosperity Dialogues and Project Africa exhibition under the theme delivering Africa's single market through infrastructure. Invest, connect, integrate. Now, this high-level summit will bring together heads of states and heads of government, business leaders and executives, social change makers and policy makers to shape the future of Africa's infrastructure and trade. The Africa Prosperity Champions Awards and Presidential Gala Dinner will take place on the 1st of February at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel in Accra. This event will honor political estates, bureaucratic estates, private sector, CSOs, and personalities who have contributed to Africa's prosperity. To register, contact 0536 098325 or protocol at africaprosperity.network or visit africaprosperitynetwork.com.
Let me say good morning to Mr. Gabi Asayo Chedako. It's been a long time since I heard from him.
He stopped tweeting at some point, but I think he's back tweeting again.
Yeah, he's busy with Africa.
And he locked his comment
Dialogue
section as well. I don't know what the people were telling him, but I don't know if he's opened it up. But there was a time where he locked his comment section because it's like the nonsense was too much.
Yeah, no, sometimes Ghanaians are uncommonly unkind.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know.
I'm checking to see if he has opened his comment section.
Okay.
But yes, when somebody goes to tweet something, these days I've been getting a lot of attack as well, so I have to lock my comment section.
Because of your attitude.
Oh, Gabi has opened his comment section now, so I think now he wants to hear from Ghanaians. So
he has not said so. Okay.
But Daddy, if you lock the comment section, you don't want to hear from the people. Now you want to hear from the people.
Now, let me tell you about the GCB Bank Tap and Fly to Dubai. Now, tap, refer, and fly to Dubai. You know, whenever I say this thing, it becomes somewhere. It may sound like tap, refer, and fly to Dubai. It happens like that, you know, it's possible.
Yeah.
With the GCB Digital Loyalty Campaign, from now to the last day of January 2025, accumulate points and get cashback rewards anytime you perform transactions on the GCB mobile app or use the USSD *422# platform. You stand a chance of being rewarded with amazing prizes like a weekend stay at a top hotel in Ghana, airtime or data bundles, dinner for two, or a fully paid vacation to Dubai. See, you've been fighting for a ministerial position. Now you have to go and spend some time in Dubai and come and start the work. Because the boys will give you pressure, wasted and cold. On the other side, you lost election and you are not very happy. They are doing review. You can also go to Dubai and come back. So you need to participate in this all important thing, right? Here's how it works. Perform transactions like bill payments, airtime top-ups, bank and mobile money transactions on either the mobile app or use the USSD *422# platform. Share the award-winning GCB mobile app with family and friends to onboard. Use your mobile money number as the referral code. Don't be left out. Download the app on Google Play or App Store and start transacting today. For more information, please visit the GCB website, gcbbank.com.gh, or your favorite social media platform at GCB Bank PLC, or call our customer experience team on toll-free number 0800 422 422. Now remember, GCB will never ask you for your PIN, OTP, or password. Terms and conditions apply. GCB is your bank for life. And when I do GCB LPMs, I am mandated by Mamavi to say very good morning to you, Mr. Kofi Adubako.
That's right.
The big man at GCB.
Let's get on to the phone and say good morning to Professor Ransford Jampo, who is Professor of Political Science at the University of Ghana, and Franklin Kujo, President of Imani Africa. Good morning, Professor Jampo. Good morning, Franklin Kujo.
Good morning. Good morning.
I believe you're all doing well. Please stay with me. Let me just bring you a wrap of what transpired in Parliament following the vetting process, and then we get into the conversation.
The claimed road toll was accruing only about 80 million. But today, there are contractors working for government of Ghana who are owed 5,000 cedis within the roadside. Can you imagine how many roadside weed clearers will be paid with 80 million? So they cancelled it. And our side consistently stood on principle and said, bring the road toll back. Yes, the road toll is coming back, but not in the form of building obstructions on the road for drivers to stop and somebody taking money from them. It will be coming back based on a technological platform that make it fair and that make it easy to collect, easy to account for, and for the public to know what the money is actually being used for. It is the responsibility of Finance Ministry to continue funding projects that are on site. So big push is not about completing the projects already on site, but the major intervention project that can actually pay for itself, that can actually make huge impact on the country. So that is the difference. So we're not going to stop ongoing projects. The president has already made a commitment to that. However, the big push projects are dedicated and significant projects that are not going to be rushed, that are going to be done effectively so that all Ghanaians will get the impact of those projects.
The Ghana Education Trust Fund has done its part. In the last few years, it has suffered because of the decision of then Minister of Finance to cap it. President Mahama and the Minister of Finance have gone public And I join them in saying that we will uncap the GET fund to free additional resources to support robust infrastructure development. Indeed, mathematically, cap GET fund today is about $3.2 billion Ghana cedis, 3.2 billion Ghana cedis. Uncap it will make available to the Ministry of Education some 7.9 billion, which will accelerate expanded infrastructure. For instance, there are about 2,800 schools that needs to be fixed to deal with the problems of overcrowding. On the authority of President Mahama, I'm sure his Minister of Finance, if this House approved the Honorable Tuforson, will present the reset budget of the government. It will include some provision of some 345 million cedis to cater for admission fees for students undertaking courses in the normal subject areas, not professional areas like medicine. And for President Mahama, this is a model to experiment. You will look at it, how do we fare as a country? If it is possible for expansion, then he will expand it. And he's not asked that if you are able, you should not. We know that some students have already paid their admission fees. It will be refunded to them, Honorable Leader. It's important again to recognize that as a country, there is the northern-south divide when it comes to access to education, beginning from 1876, when the first school was established. And subsequently in the north, we got ours around 1951. So you can imagine the gap and the deficit. Even Achimota School around 1924, at the time that Tamale Secondary School, which became the first in the north, we will work to close that gap. Indeed, even for the implementation of the free senior high school, it is noted that participation rate is very high in northern Ghana. That explains that probably it is true that poverty was a problem to accessing quality education. So it's quality, equality, and equity.
People want meters, they are unable to get the meters. Technology is advancing, so we are exploring the possibility of selling the meters. Let people buy the meters, but through smart technology, we will license some people to install the meters. But you will need to send a code. Once you send a code in with mobile money is activated, and automatically you are registered onto the system. Because sometimes it costs people more than 4 or 5 times to spend money to get a meter. So if we make it readily available and use economies of scale, I'm sure the price will come down. So it's something we are working on, and that we intend to roll that out as soon as we get your node. I must admit that it's a very difficult job. And as I get a briefing every day, I'm reminded that I'm stepping into a very, very difficult job. I want to remember as a young minister who insists on discipline. And I tell you, I will insist on discipline. I know we'll step on some toes, but we'll step on those toes gently. More importantly, honesty. And then I want to approach this work with integrity, hard work, but with humility. I'll do my best. I know it's difficult, but I'm confident that given the array of people around, including those of you on this table, I'll consult all of you and do what is right and proper. But let me make it clear that we'll ensure that there's discipline in that sector.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the IMF did not ask the former government to introduce e-levy. The e-levy was introduced before the IMF program, and so the IMF did not ask you to introduce e-levy. The betting tax was also introduced by yourselves, not the IMF. It's not an IMF prescription. The IMF will give you a fiscal deficit to achieve. It is up to you how you achieve it, and we'll do just that. But let me say this, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the NDC government recognizes that there is an IMF program. We are committed to implement the IMF program. We are also committed to achieve the objectives of the IMF program. We are not going to jettison the IMF program. We implement it. It is an agreement between the Republic of Ghana and the International Monetary Fund. Today, we are in government. We have a responsibility to implement it. I'm on record to have said that we will implement the IMF program. And so we'll implement the IMF program. We are not running away from that. And so whatever it takes, we will not run away from the implementation of the IMF program. And we'll implement it to the latter and achieve the objectives of the IMF program.
So, Chair, is the nominee therefore suggesting to us that repealing these tax laws, these taxes that he considers them nuisance, repealing them without introducing new taxes or other forms of taxes in their place will not amount to breaching the IMF agreement?
Mr. Chairman, you can rake in other form of revenue through compliance. You can use compliance measures to bring in additional revenue to replace these taxes you are removing.
I don't know what the honorable member is driving at, but if you realize, okay, I don't run public commentaries on cases that are handled. As a matter of, the practice and tradition of my firm, we don't run public commentary unless the matter is political in nature and there's a need for some clarification because of the politics inherent in the matter. But as far as my commercial practice is concerned, yes, sometimes I lose cases, but I don't run commentary on them publicly.
Chairman, please, I claim your attention.
Morning Show. Right, welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We have Professor Ransford Jampo, Professor of Political Science at the University of Ghana on the phone, and also Franklin Cudjoe. Now let me start off with you, Professor Ransford Jampo. So the vetting has gone on for 3 days, but before we get to issues about the vetting, yesterday the President submitted the final list of ministers to Parliament for vetting, and that fulfills his 14-day timeline for the appointment of ministers to his cabinet. First of all, what do you make of the fulfillment of that timeline and the persons appointed to these different portfolios? Hello, Professor Jampo. Hello, Prof. Can you hear me? Okay, let me bring Franklin Cudjoe in. And Franklin, same question to you. What do you make of President Mahama's final list to Parliament and the fact that he fulfills the 14-day deadline that he gave in a social contract to Ghanaians?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, well, first of all, I think he, as you rightly said, it's fulfilled his own 14-day criteria, even though I think it's left for a few more days, because I don't think he's finished the submission of the list, because he promised to do so within 14 days. I don't think he's done that, because a lot of the other, there are about 17 more left or so.
But he talks about the cabinet in 14 days.
Oh, you mean cabinet?
Yes.
Okay, right. Well, nothing too depressing, nothing too exciting, really. I mean, that's the way I'll characterize the list, because these are persons that we already know, their quantity we already know. Some of them were deputy ministers in the last administration, and the last time the NDC was in power, and now they've been elevated of sorts. To think that somehow it pays fidelity to the whole idea of growing in your craft. Some of these persons have been in Parliament for long. They've been shadow or ranking members of their committees, and so there's a certain sense that you get some sort of continuity. I suspect they are all more than aware that where we are right now would need something stellar, probably superb in terms of delivery, commitment to whatever they promise to deliver, and probably do a little more so that we can begin to claw back some of the that loss economically that we've experienced in the last 8 years. So nothing, as I said, nothing too exciting, nothing too depressing. So it's middle way. Yeah.
Okay, let me bring in Professor Jampo. Professor Jampo, Franklin says nothing too depressing, nothing too exciting. What's your take about the list?
Well, the good people of Ghana give that kind of huge mandate to President Mahama. And in my view, it is up to him to assemble the right caliber of people who have what it takes to help him govern to meet the expectations of Ghanaians. And so I believe that the President himself understands and appreciates the huge mandate that was conferred on him during the last election. And so if after doing assessments, these are the caliber of people he wants to work with, then I wouldn't fault him. I mean, because he may have worked with them and then he knows what they can do to help him deliver on the mandate that has been given to him. And so, yeah, all well and good. And yes, I agree that these are all faces that we know, about 99% of them. They are faces that we know. I would expect that as he still goes on to make the appointments, he tries to also bring on board faces that we do not know, and yet people that he believes will be able to build the needed competences to be able to help him govern and leave a positive legacy for Ghanaians. So I'm looking for other appointments that would wow Ghanaians, names that would force us to go and look at into the background of the person, and then we'll say, wow, okay, all these guys are the God. Look, we have enough human resources that we can tap into for the development and the governance of the country. And so that is what I want to say by way of preliminary comments. I respect the decisions that he's made. He has worked with them. He has assessed them. He believes that these are the guys who can do the work. And so be it. But as he goes on to do more appointments, let's also, I can understand that there's a lot of pressure on him, given that he's reduced the size of ministries from 30 to 23, and then also he says he's going to go with just 60 ministers. And so there's a lot of people who will be putting pressure on him. But the point must be made that, look, in trying to govern a developing country, we need serious considerations. Okay, with the fact that you voted for the party, the fact that we all go and coalesce, pool our resources, our efforts, and everything together, and rally behind one person, vote for that person, in the hope that that person will be the right person to lead us to a certain promised land. Okay, so when we all have supported that person to be elected, our support alone and what we did to get the person elected alone are not enough or do not make us candidates for appointment into that person's government.
Okay.
The fact that you supported him, the fact that you paid money to support his campaign, the fact that you fought for him, the fact that you voted for him, does not make you necessarily a candidate to be featured in his government. But the idea is that you are supporting him, hoping that you'll be able to assemble the right caliber of people without necessarily you being part, to be able to govern well, to extricate ourselves from the quagmires of poverty and underdevelopment. When I was studying in the U.S. and Barack Obama was looking for opportunity to become president of the United States, we all had an opportunity to contribute to his campaign. But in contributing to his campaign, paying money, or those $5, $10 and all that to his campaign, we were not doing so in the hope that when he was elected, we were going to be part of his government. But we felt that this is a guy who will be able to govern and govern well. So I think that should be the psyche. And if that is the psyche and mindset, then it would help tone down on the expectations and too much precious lobbying here and there that will force him to be to appoint people who may not, who may have just been appointed because of excessive lobbying and then pressure. Again, I see that, look, people are making a lot of demands, or they are saying a lot of things about the fact that he's not appointed women and all that. if you look at the balance of things, generally, he's tried as much as he can to be regionally balanced in his appointment. Some women have also been appointed, although yesterday I heard the minority leader say the women are not enough. But you see, my take is that governance of a developing country is too serious a business to be left to considerating factors of mere gender, ethnicity, and regionalism.
Why, Prof?
I know that the Constitution will say that you should be regionally balanced and all that. But I'm saying the Constitution of Ghana is not even a Bible. Even biblical contents, people have challenges with some of the contents of the Bible. And so that is how come, because the Constitution is not perfect and contains provisions that hinder our maturation to development. That's how come it is being reviewed.
Okay.
And so the idea of let us always make sure that people come from all regions without hyping competence, for me, is problematic. Let us rather think about people who are competent enough to be able to govern and help the president well, so that our lots will be improved. I think that should be the overarching considerating factor. The deal about let us look for women, let us look for regionalism and ethnicity, and let us be balanced on those arguments, on those scores. For me, without talking about competence, would continue to work against our efforts at governing well to bring about development.
Okay. But Prof, you talk about the fact that you expect, other appointments that would wow Ghanaians. Do I get the impression these appointments don't wow you?
No, I'm not saying so. I'm saying these are people who I'm sure the president himself, knowledgeable or mindful of the huge trust and mandate of the people, has assessed. You see, he's assessed them and believes that these are the guys who will be able to help him. And so I want to respect that. What he sees, we don't see. Okay, but I said I'm looking for more people. I found more new. I'm looking for some new faces who wow me, because these faces I know. I'm not questioning their competence and ability to deliver. No, that is not the case at all. But I'm thinking that there may be other people that we all may not know who can also be discovered and be brought on board. And then you do so because you want people to be wowed and you want some more excitement. And then also you want to scale the hurdle and the criticism of you also perpetuating with ethics of politics. So Akufo-Addo just looked for Edward Nasugbe Mahama and made him an ambassador at large, and that killed his political voice and political presence in Ghana, and that was all. We did a campaign against lunatics of politics during the era of Professor Mills and President Mahama, and we submitted reports about how lunatics of politics could be tackled. I remember to President Mahama, and so I'm looking for other appointments that will be all inclusive. Not all the people who can help in governance of Ghana are located within the NDC. And so they should move out and bring on board others. Some may be abroad. Let us bring them down. They are part of Ghana's human resource capital. Some may be in civil society. Some may be in academia. Some may be elsewhere. Let us bring all of them on board and ensure that we have competently harnessed our human resource base to help to govern in a manner that will satisfy the huge expectations of the people of Ghana. So far, those he's appointed, I have no qualms in them about them. I don't think I have issues with them. Some of them, their competences were even told, or what they can do came out better when they were quizzed. Like Kwame Agboja, I didn't know that he was knowledgeable in that area like that, and I was pleased with the kinds of responses that he gave. If you talk about Idris Haruna, well, he is an orator, and so he also acquitted himself well. If you look at the finance minister, excellent, sober person that you think that look, this is a person who would soberly look at things and then take decisions in the best interest of Ghana and all that. The challenge has also been with the composition of the appointments committee itself. Appointments committee, you ask yourself, what is the qualification of a member of parliament? And so, by extension, what's the qualification of a member of the appointments and vetting committee? Our bar and standards to go to parliament is so low, and so you would, out of that low bar, have a parliament that from which you can select appointment committee. And some of the questions that some people asked, in my view, were not good enough to elicit the right information from the nominees. And so, as we review our constitution and as we grow our democracy, we may want to look at the about the qualification to go into parliament and then the composition of the appointment process again. I would like a situation where people with technocratic knowledge will be part of the vetting committee so that they can grill applicants on the technicalities of the areas that they are going to be serving. And if you go through that mail and then they say you are passed, then we know that you have done well. But not your friends who themselves don't have much technical insight about the operations of the ministry and quizzing you. You have a field day for people who are orators to sail through.
Prof, now in your work with Professor Al-Hassan Amzoya, you pointed out in your conclusion that the appointment of many ministers by the various regimes may have been made with good intentions. However, this arguably could lead to increased government expenditure, poverty, lack of basic social amenities, and infrastructure for the people, particularly the masses, increased tax burden on the masses, as well as government programs that are duplicative, obsolete, mismanaged, ineffective, or subject to high levels of fraud and abuse, therefore are good candidates for privatization. If you look at the structures we have in the 23 ministries and the appointed ministers thereof, do you see some of the things you have identified as the ills of our appointment structures and ministries in there?
I think that ab initio, the idea that somebody got to power and said, I'm reducing ministries from 30 to 23 was so celebrating and commendable. And for me, that has created that kind of halo effect in my analysis of the ministries that now are in existence. I think it is something that is commendable. That the mere fact that, look, I'm not creating more, but I'm reducing, I think it's something that is commendable, and it fits in with the recommendations that our study made, that we should reduce the size of government, and we should also reduce the number of ministries we have by collapsing them, realigning some of them, and then scrapping some of them. So I think that the addition, I spent the 5 to 7 years doing my PhD, and it was on youth participation and development. And so in my PhD that I did, a lot of emphasis and recommendation was to the area of youth development, because Ghana's population is essentially youthful. The youth are a preponderant majority of our working force and our voting population. And the generality of the population itself is youthful. And we believe that youth, the future of the country, belongs to the youth. But we do not do much to develop the youth for the future. My argument is that if the future belongs to the youth, then the youth must be developed and prepared for the future. We haven't done that. And issues of youth development had always been subsumed under the Ministry of Youth and Sports, knowing very well that all the budget of that ministry over the years, budgetary allocations have been gobbled down by mere football. Just football, not even the other personal activities. All the budgetary allocations for the ministries of Ministry of Youth and Sports have been over the years gobbled or squandered by just football or just even the Black Stars. And so matters of youth development had from the inception of the Fourth Republic up to now had been jettisoned or relegated to the background. Go to the various youth development centers and youth training, leadership training centers, and you see that they are places for people to go and involve themselves in all manner of social evils. They are dead places. Nothing happens there. So when I saw that a new ministry has been created and christened youth development, I thought that, look, it was something that was commendable. It was somebody's idea of making sure that if the future belongs to the youth, then the youth must be developed and they must be prepared for the future. Look, everything revolves around the youth. Without the youth, Ghana has no future. Every nation that severs itself from its youthful population will suffer bleeding till it dies. And so, a new ministry in the name of youth development is something that is commendable. And I think that beyond that, all that I want to say is that the idea of also reducing the number of ministries from 30 to 23 is also something that is worth celebrating.
Stay with us, Franklin. When we return after these messages, I'll bring you in. You've talked about not so exciting, not so depressing, but I would ask you about the vetting itself and the questions that have been asked, and also get your take on which of these appointments excites you, even though you've said it's not so exciting, not so depressing. At least there should be one that excites you. Stay with us. This morning we've been joined by Professor Ransford Jampo, who's Professor of Political Science, and Franklin Cudjoe, President of Imani Africa. We'll be right back after these messages.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Vital Science by Sonotech Medical Center. I'm Dr. Grace Wackman. Today we're diving deeper into our conversation on cervical cancer. Let's look at some risk factors and symptoms. Ladies, did you know that cervical cancer develops silently and often shows no signs until it's advanced? But understanding the risk will save your life. The number one risk factor is the HPV virus, a very common virus spread through skin-to-skin contact, but that's not all. Starting sexual activity at an early age, having multiple partners, smoking, or having a weakened immune system can all increase your risk. So what should you look out for? Watch for unusual vaginal bleeding between periods, after sexual intercourse, or after menopause. Pelvic pain, pain during intercourse, and an unusual vaginal discharge could also be warning signs. These symptoms might seem harmless, but they could be your body's way of saying something is wrong. Here's the good news: early detection can save your life. Regular pap smears and HPV tests can catch the changes very early. Reach out on 0308 040036 and book your appointment now.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you are assured of quality education. We offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experienced and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASSCE or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054-777-7731 or 020-229-8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Yakoni. What do you mean, sir? Free on a Metropolitan Life Insurance at Daramo. Now, me too, I am insured. Say accident, real bombing, and also my family and I will be covered. And do you know I pay only 5 cedis 80 pesos a month? So allow me to sing. Now,
with Metiasi from Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana Limited, you can have peace of mind knowing that you and your family are covered. Dial *170# now. Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana Limited. Together we can.
Step up with DSTV and we'll show up by giving you more incredible entertainment.
Going to have a little fun.
Upgrade your subscription between the 13th of January and the 31st of March and get an even higher package for a whole month on us.
You gotta know what you want.
If you're on Access, step up to Family and we'll up your shows to Compact. If you're on Family, step up to Compact and we'll up your shows to Compact Plus. And if you're on Compact, step up to Compact Plus and we'll up your shows to Premium. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Do you want to study abroad? I present to you Astolinks International. They give professional advice on study visas to the USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and other European nations. They also advise on visa applications, general travel, and other immigration services. Call them on 0537 152 118 or visit them at 4A Pawpaw Street in East Legon. For more information, check out astolinks.net. Astolinks, pathway for success.
Wear a condom for sex and protect yourself from HIV. HIV has no cure. No condom, no sex. This message is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Right, so welcome back, and this morning we're joined by Franklin Cudjoe, President of Imani Africa, and Professor Ransford Jampo, Professor of Political Science at the University of Ghana. Let me start with you, Franklin, this time. So, Franklin, there's been lots of concerns about, Professor Jampo has talked about even the constitution of the Appointments Committee. But following the passage of new standing orders of Parliament, you have members of select committees in Parliament, specialized committees, joining the appointment committees when ministers for that particular sector is undergoing vetting, which is expected to actually improve the sort of questions. Would you still say that the questions asked are not the best?
Well, first of all, I think I wouldn't necessarily say the questions are not the best. Probably the questions were not well prepared. I'd rather like to use that. Because, you see, assuming, obviously, if you are going to be a member of a committee to vet a minister designate, you probably must have been understanding the sector properly. And there are a few flashing lights of excellence by some of the ministers. For instance, the lady Abena, for instance, who has been at the ministry before, and so finance before, and so somehow she had some context. But for most others, really, they were just, should I call them, normal, usual questions, and there was no sense of, trying to critique and get into the detail of what actually said. I was a bit disappointed. Let me start off with, for instance, my good friend Arthur Forson. When Arthur Forson was asked to explain by the way, the 2 billion questions that were asked of Arthur Forson came from Apenyo Makin, by the way. Those questions I thought were very interesting, that questions about the explanation to be given to the 24-hour economy, the modeling that may have been done, that he's seen that would enhance the growth for the country. At least I thought you know by now that if the 24-hour policy, depending on certain modeling around certain real sectors, which he said would matter, would increase the economy by a factor of maybe 1 or 2%. That is not contestable. As a finance minister designate, waiting in the saddles all this while, a major plank of your policy like that, you should be able to tell us. Even if you thought that there was somebody appointed to be in charge of, 24-hour service, which is Gusitano. But you are the finance minister. You must have seen the modeling, because the president believes in you, and he knows that you are a major plank in that policy. So I didn't get those details, really. The other point also had to do with the 10 billion infrastructure fund, which essentially constitute, if you like, the economic engine for the NDC party. The 24-hour service policy plus the 10 billion infrastructure fund. One of the was asked the question: how exactly do you marry should I call it the fact that you want to institute a cap, you don't want to borrow further, and at the same time you provide a sinking fund to take care of a rainy day. How would you marry these two with the idea of creating a 10 billion infrastructure fund? So walk us through how exactly you raise that funding in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. You see, these questions are sensible because we've seen it before. Somebody was promising the 50 billion century fund, that my good friend Kenneth Oyata, Bond. He was entertaining these kinds of thoughts. If you guys are not stepping as a country to stop him, we don't know where we'll be. So we need to have proper timelines and serious conversations about that. So I thought those two, for me, didn't come out clearly. And I still would insist that my good friend Ato must answer those questions posthumously, if you like, for lack of a better term. But those really constitute the major plank of the government. Just saying that you increase revenue by reducing expenditure is really not enough. And I thought those questions stood out. But then other questions that were asked of others, maybe Agboja also, showed his marble. I mean, he clearly understood this. But he sort of epitomizes the professional clarity, the experience that a minister should have for a particular sector. I mean, it was clear as daylight. But even then, I would have thought that when he made the issues around when he spoke about the issues about road to, I would have wished we pinned him a little further to asking him what exactly is the policy. Because don't forget, the previous administration has started this process of engaging the private sector to take on road tools. But exactly what should be the investment plan so that it does not necessarily affect government revenues at one point of the year. So that also I thought was also a bit. But I expected the other question to be asked of the Agboja would have been that, look, he talks about the fact that we must provide some clarity to the issues around procurement when it comes to financing infrastructure, road infrastructure, for instance.
Sure.
I mean, I would have thought that he should also given us an opportunity to understand exactly how these projects will be prepared and they'll be bankable, and then ensure that the procurement process are streamlined properly, because it's important. You construct a road, somebody comes to tell you, I think he mentioned a few things around that area, but you construct a road and they say it's $1 million per kilometer. You need to find out comparable cost and essentially the person who is telling you want to execute that road for that amount of money, what has been his history in terms of executing roads and all of that. The other crucial point that I thought also would have mattered, you see, procurement issues are important. I mean, procurement is the biggest driver of government spending in this part of our world. And so everybody wants to latch onto it one way or the other. It is good to de-emphasize the issue of procurement and ensure that it is run properly and transparently, but we'll never get there. Sorry, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And so with that in mind, maybe we would have been expecting to require the nominee or the road minister, how exactly his policy, I mean, his idea of giving contracts to people would at the same time ensure fairness, but at the same time ensure that meritocracy is not sacrificed. So, for instance, how did you expect that rural-based, women-led and youth-led companies would also get the opportunity to enter the industry without sacrificing quality and value for money? Because the procurement is actually used to do that. I think the previous administration tried to use procurement to ensure indigenous participation in the economy, but these were just chronic capitalist arrangements, 10% here, 20% here. Before you see the money is shared, feeding kids are deprived, and then all of that is really bad. I thought also that when the education minister, or when the agriculture minister got his turn, there are a few things that I thought could have also been emphasized. They talk about giving this, what's it called, the farmers, cocoa farmers, is it 6,000 cities per bag or whatever I think. Yeah. Essentially promising to pay a bit better than previous administration. But there was an interesting bit that I thought was lost on the committee. Look, Ghana has committed to phasing out some quasi-fiscal activities of cocoa, such as financing fertilizer and cocoa rules in the IMF ECF program, right? Yeah. But in the NDC manifesto, they promised to assign a portion of cocoa revenues as health insurance for farmers, operational cocoa farmers pension schemes, introduce free fertilizer program, and continue building various school blocks in cocoa growing areas. I would have thought a question like this would come. As a minister designated for the sector, could he share with us exactly a plan for meeting these quasi-fiscal functions without compromising Cocoa Board's financial stability? Because my good friend Enrico Poku has cried loud into the high heavens about the fact that Cocoa Board, obviously, the financial situation is not sustainable. And we have seen the books. I mean, Cocoa Board has been great to us, I think, many. We've analyzed their books. They even gave us books that are yet to be audited. And they gave us, so we knew all these things from day one. We see all of that. So, and if you use that as a campaign message, which is clear and good, you can then be promising things that seems to be inconsistent with that. And I thought some clarity would have come forward in that regard. Again, it is also important to have, for instance, been asked a question about, the African Union's Maputo Declaration, where Ghana, African countries are supposed to at least allocate 10% of their national budget to agriculture. Ghana currently does about 2%, if not less than 2%. A question about that would have been useful, because then you see we are getting the planks and understanding of exactly how the program of all the interventions will be financed.
Okay.
I also would have thought that the question on climate insurance, because climate is a big issue. Don't mind the fact that my good friend Donald Trump doesn't believe in climate change. He said he doesn't like the audacious and quite invasive pickpocketing nature of governments trying to extract rent from us for adapting to climate. Climate must be adapted through private schemes measure, and then I agree with that. But again, I would have thought that the question about climate insurance, which has been one of the proposals coming up and have come up in response to issues challenging weather patterns we've had in the country. A question should have been asked of the nominee, for instance, to ask him why is there no significant uptake of that type of insurance in the country, and what he was going to propose to cabinet. I also thought that, the outgoing government supported various on-lending programs whereby the likes of International Agriculture Development, Fund for Agricultural Development, and Alliance of Green Revolution Africa, they provide matching funds to farmers through certain financial institutions in the country. Unfortunately, the local financial institutions are not interested at all. And because they are not interested, the uptake has been poor. What was he going to do to encourage that? Because you see, government alone should not be in the business of funding everything. So this was a clear example of somewhere, a question would have wished that there are other people willing to fund. So why are you not taking up what are you doing to support financial institutions, at least provide some bulwark against them, at least providing the counterpart funding. Instead of setting up funding schemes again, women banking, those things, we are wasting money.
Okay,
but
Franklin,
the same people who needed the money.
Yes, Franklin, can you hold on for me 1 minute? Franklin,
Sorry?
Can you hold on 1 minute? Let me bring in Professor Jampo in. I'll get back to you before we wrap it up. Let me bring Professor Jampo in, because we have 42 ministers now, 18 to go. If we were to do 18 deputy ministers, that would exceed, if we were to do 23 deputy ministers, for instance, for the 23 ministries, it would exceed the 60, the not more than 60 by 5. Professor Jampo, at this point, let me just put you on the spot. Which ministries can we do without a deputy minister?
Oh, I am yet to do the analysis, but I believe new development, even though for me, I'm excited about that ministry shouldn't have
the Youth Empowerment and Empowerment.
Youth Development Ministry shouldn't have a deputy, and then all the regional ministers shouldn't have deputies, and a couple of them should also not have deputies, and if we take out all the regional, 15 regional, we deny them from having deputy ministers, and we add youth development, and then you can mention them, and then I would.
Sports and recreation, does it need a deputy minister?
No, sports and recreation shouldn't have a deputy minister. So a couple of them, based on the president's own assessment and his zeal to give effect to the promise that he's made, that he's going to run a government of 60 ministers. I think he'll be able to do the assessment to determine which ministry required a deputy minister and which ministries don't need such deputy ministers. Because really, if we are empowering our civil bureaucracy to work, then actually we may not even need ministers. Look, in other countries that live in coalition, Italy and the likes that form coalition governments, and coalition easily crumbles. Anytime coalition crumbles, the country is able to run on its own for 3 to 6 months without ministers and without government, because you have strengthened the administrative machinery of the state such that even without political figureheads, it can run the country on its own. So if we are really strengthening the civil service and we are taking keen interest in meritocracy rather than partisanship as being the qualification for entry there, then we may not even need certain ministries, and then many of the ministries may not require deputy ministers because the work itself will be done by the chief directors and other professional, well-tenured and trained civil bureaucrats. And so that is what I want to say. And I was listening to my brother Franklin on some of the issues he had with the responses.
Yes, in a minute, Prof.
And then also the questions that were posed. I think that this is a new government, and I will be doing the same, that let us as much as possible also channel our concerns directly to them. In the Akufo-Addo's government, all avenues for channeling direct dissent were blocked. And so let us try to channel direct dissent also to them with a view to strengthening them so that they can live to fulfill the mandate or justify the mandate that have been given to them.
Prof. Franklin, in a minute or so, Prof has talked about youth development and empowerment, sports and recreation. Which ministries would you say we don't necessarily need deputy ministers?
Well, I think a significant number of them, probably 20 out of them. I would think that the finance ministry would need a deputy, education would need a deputy, agri would need a deputy, and maybe the rest just don't need deputies anyway. I mean, I seriously did not think we should have deputies all over the place. But I've got a quick question to Prof. Stamp. It's not an issue about channeling these responses to them. These were questions asked in the public domain, and I think that a veteran of that nature requires some introspection and deep answers, especially when they've been waiting the saddles for the past 8 years. And some of them are ranking members in parliament, and they know the issues, and they've been part of the manifesto, so they should have already answers before. So those that we have to channel to them privately, we do as always. But this was a public interaction, and it's important we are critiquing the process. So you get it, my brother. Otherwise, I think that the system ministers are fine and dandy, and then let's get to work.
Thank you very much, Franklin Cudjoe, President Imani Africa, and thank you also, Professor Ransford Jampo, Professor of Political Science at the University of Ghana. This is the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back after these.
I used to stress about where to receive my Abro Tracy car and always used to doubt whether my friend has really sent it.
So I asked a friend of mine and he said his wife used to have similar challenges until she decided to receive money transfers from CBG.
Well, I can relate because now I receive my money from CBG. It's so simple, fast and secure with no delays and no hidden fees. And I must say, life is now feeling good.
Stay connected to your loved ones no matter where they are. With Consolidated Bank Ghana's money transfer services, you can receive money quickly and securely from abroad, whether through MoneyGram, Western Union, PayAngel, Transfast, UnityLink, Ria, EasyRemit, Thunes, TapTapSend, and TerraPay. Cash out your way any day with Consolidated Bank Ghana. Welcome to the good life. CBG, we stand with you.
We stand with you.
The Joy News Impact Makers Awards is here again to honor everyday people making extraordinary impact across Ghana. But we can't do it without you. Yes, you. We need you to tell us whom you think should be the next Joy News Impact Maker. That person could be your neighbor, family member, friend, colleague, or someone you have heard about making significant strides in your community. The Joy News Impact Makers Awards brings your heroes and heroines into the spotlight. You can nominate an impact maker in just a few easy steps. Send an email to impact.makersaward@myjoyonline.com, fill the form, and tell us about your hero or heroine. Entries are open from now to February the 10th, 2025. You can make your hero or heroine a Joy News Impact Maker and appreciate the work they do for your community, be it in health, education, ICT, water and sanitation, agriculture, and many more. Also remember to nominate that person for a special award in climate adaptation innovations and ICT. Joy News Impact Makers Awards, celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impact.
Upgrades are nice, but stepping up is woohoo! Because when you upgrade with GoTV, we'll step you up to the next package. Upgrade today to get more than more with Step Up, where if you're on GoTV Plus and upgrade to GoTV Max, you'll get even more with GoTV Super. Get big value, get big entertainment, get stepped up to even more with GoTV. Upgrade today on the My GoTV app or visit GoTVAfrica.com. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 31 March 2025.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Walking down the street, concentrating on trucking right. I heard a dark voice beside of me, and I looked round in a state of fright. I saw four faces, one man, a brother from the gutter. They looked me up and down a bit and turned to each other. I don't like cricket. Oh no, I love it. I don't like cricket. No, no, I love it. Don't you walk through my words? You got to show some respect. Don't you walk through.
And it's live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning, our friends from the Rotary Club of Accra East have joined us here on the Super Morning Show because they have a whole campaign, Protect Your Pearl, a nationwide cervical cancer project. And this morning, Dorothy Ametepe, who's president of the Rotary Club of Accra East, and Dr. Erica Ntiamwa Mensah, who's Rotary Club of Accra Westlands, have all joined us. Good morning. I hope you're all fine.
Yes, we are.
Great. So, I'm just looking at this whole thing, Protect Your Pearl, a nationwide cervical cancer project, and I'm asking myself, why that project? Why is that important in the first place? Why a project on cervical cancer?
All right. So, we've realized that of all the cancers in the world, cervical cancer is the fourth most common in women, and unfortunately, awareness about cervical cancer is not there in Ghana compared to breast cancer, which in October, Pink Month, everybody rallies to talk about breast cancer. It's also known that every 2 minutes a woman dies of cervical cancer, which shows that that is a very serious killer. but no one is saying anything. Now, to give a background of why Protect Your Pearl, in 2023, the Rotary Club of Accra East, in partnership with the Rotary Club of Eau Claire in Wisconsin, donated 50 thermal coagulators to the Bateau Hospital.
Okay.
And following that, we realized that just giving the thermal coagulators, which are used in the treatment of precancer, the precancerous cells, is not enough if people don't know those are available. And for there to be wide usage, for us to save more women, we need to create that awareness. So Protect Your Pearl was born to create that awareness.
Before we get to what you're going to be doing over the period, in creating the awareness also, people should know more about cervical cancer itself. So I'm sure that's where you come in, Dr. Erica Ntiamomen. Tell us more about it and why it's important, for women to be concerned about it.
All right. Like Rotarian President said, cervical cancer is a cancer that affects women. It's a cancer that affects the cervix, which is the mouth or the neck of the uterus or of the womb that every woman should normally have. Now, cervical cancer awareness is important because it is one of the only cancers that is entirely preventable with a vaccine and can be entirely cured when detected early. But then in our part of the world, we are not aware about the disease, we're not aware about the screening practices, and we do not vaccinate as well. So we are doing this program to create awareness, to screen women, so that if there are any diseases, they'll be detected early, treatment will be given early to save their lives.
Great. So you're doing the awareness, and how about the screening? You talk about, about the screening. When will that screening be? And even the awareness. When is it? When is the duration of the awareness project?
All right. So this starts it has started January 15th to February 22nd, and the screening is nationwide across 29 sites in the 16 regions. We've done it in such a way that at the end of the project, we should have screened at least 1,600 women. And also, we intend to treat the detected cases of the precancer situations that we find.
Great. So when will be the project highlight? I know you have but I'm sure there'll be a highlight. There'll be a day when you say, this is it. When is that day and where would you be?
Right. So on the 31st of January, we'll be at the Asha Hospital in Jamestown, where all Rotarians will gather, as well as the team from the Cervical Cancer Prevention and Training Center at Bateau, to drive home the message and also to do the screening. Now, this project, just to add to the fact that as Rotarians, we're people of action and we like to make huge impact. So for this project, which is nationwide, we have a total of 52 Rotary clubs who are involved. Out of the 70 Rotary clubs in the country, so that's about 75% of the clubs. We have one international partner, 3 Rotaract clubs, and an Interact club. That just goes to show how seriously we take this and how much impact we want to make.
Great. And so if anybody wants to contact you or support the project, how do they get you?
Well, okay, you can reach out to us at Rotary Club of Accra East. You can contact me on 0244630432.
Anything you want to say finally, Dr. Ntiamomen?
Yes, I would like to say that this is a very good initiative and people should participate. And I also like to say that cervical cancer is a cancer that is entirely treatable and is entirely preventable. So early detection saves lives. Let's take advantage of this program. Let's take advantage of this month. And our women should get screened. Our women should get vaccinated to save our lives. Thank you.
Great. And so the awareness started on the 15th of January. When is it ending?
22nd of February. January is the Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, although it is that we're extending it to February because awareness is not there anyway.
Great. Thank you very, very much, Dorothy Amethepe. Okay, Ametepe. Yes, I got that.
Yeah,
right.
keep going.
Struggling with my Ametepe, right?
Yes,
good,
you're correct.
President Rotary Club of Accra East and Dr. Erica Ntiamomen, who's Rotary Club of Accra Westlands. Thank you very much for making time to join us this morning. We wish you all the best and thank you for the good work you're doing. This is the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yes.
Anyway, this it's a belated happy birthday to Princess Eduasari of Maryland, USA, from Ophelia and Savi, your husband Ben, your children Anela, Mizel, and Marcel. They say we love you and appreciate all that you do for us. God bless you. But Raymond,
yes,
I'm told that there's a street that has been named after you,
as is expected
of the masses.
Of the masses to represent their own. But I'm not sure that this has anything to do with me. You know, I do not believe in this. What they call it. Wanton display. So are you
suggesting that it's after the Raymond Akwa, the bishop?
Most likely. He is a man of God and deserving of such recognition. Okay. I just serve with no request for recognition at all.
On that note, get ready for Game Changer SMEs. We're introducing Yellow Biz, a new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. This all-in-one package consists of a 4G plus router with 10 gigabyte of free data, Microsoft Office 365 genuine Microsoft applications, WebWiz, a customized business website for your business, Unicom Service, a unified business communication solution for your virtual call center, IVR, and conferencing needs, all for a very good deal. You don't want to miss. With MTN Yellow Biz, your business will gain access to advanced productivity tools, a powerful online presence, and superior customer experience to optimize your operations. To stay ahead of competition, call 100 or 0244 308 111 or email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com or visit mtn.com.gh/business or any MTN office for your Yellow Biz and stay connected everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, talk about naming. One of the people I respect, I've always respected, VC Arisi Crab. One of his pet peeves was the decision to change name of streets without any historical context. So, for example, Nadabraka, what used to be Tete Loop was changed to Martin Loop.
Yeah.
And he kept on insisting that why do we want to discount the contribution of that former director of education who did a lot for the education sector? The reason why that place was named after him. Of course, I mean, people connect the Martin to the Dr. Martin who has some clinic there or so. But why do you think that change ought to happen without that history being put in proper perspective anyway? And now people who are even rich can basically get their names being put on streets. Come on, capitalism is consuming this nation in ways that are unreasonable. But I mean, they may not be your everyday newsmakers, and this is important, but they are champions in their or your neighborhood. They may not be named after streets, but they touch the very core of humanity, making life meaningful, bringing hope to the hopeless. They are always eager to brighten the corner where they are, even when no one else will take the risk. They are the first to take the initiative in a quest to change the narrative, even with their personal resources. If you find them worthy of celebration and national recognition, nominate them for the Joy News Impact Makers Award 2025. The call for nominations is open now, and it's actually from now till February 10. Send your entries to impact.makersawards@myjoyonline.com to recognize your community hero. Join Impact Makers. Join News Impact Makers. Our business is to celebrate ordinary people making extraordinary impacts.
Great. And let me tell you a way to kick off 2025, because Holiday Inn Airport City is now Palms by Eagles, offering a fresh, delightful experience, and the newly improved hotel is ready to welcome you with unmatched hospitality in the heart of Ghana. Don't miss our Sunday brunch with assorted flavors at a discounted rate of 300 Ghana cedis. Come and experience elevated hospitality like never before at Palms by Eagles.
Now, you're a graduate from the university, polytechnic, college of education, nursing or midwifery college, or you have completed senior high school and you're looking for opportunity to study your dream course abroad. You can also study in countries like Australia, Canada, UK, US, Ireland, New Zealand, and many more. These countries have an excellent reputation in teaching and research. You can work part-time to support your studies and get up to 4 years post-study work visa when you have completed successfully. Application for January 2025 is ongoing. Contact Astolins to get information about admission, scholarship, as well as how to secure your study visa. Astolinks is located at 4A Popol Street, East Legon. Call them on 0265 341 070. Visit them on their website, astolinks.net. Astolinks, pathway for success.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com. Without physically coming to any of their branches, it is hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. It means that our time is up. You can get onto the Joy News channel now, and you can watch the vetting of the Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Dr. Agnes Namumolati.
Yeah, I like the Namumu part.
And you like the Mumu?
Yeah.
What sounds like Mumu? Namumolati.
Yes. No,
Mumu,
Namumu.
Namumu.
Namuba money.
No, Mumu Latte. Namumu Latte. Namumu Latte. J Mumu.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah.
Anyway, that'll be all from us this morning here on the Super Morning Show. On behalf of the team, my name is Winston Amoa.
Raymond Dakwa.
We leave you in the hands of DJ Ubete, aka